We're now getting reports
All right, welcome into a special breaking edition of me, Pugs Moran. Hold on, I know we're just minutes away from the Pugs and Parker show. Parker may be joining us. We have a situation going on right now at Michigan State University. It just began within the last half hour. There is an active shooter on the campus of Michigan State University. Details are coming in fast and furiously. I don't have a good handle on what this is. What we're listening to here is the Greater Lansing Public Safety Police Channel. So let's give this a listen and try and figure out a moment here what exactly is happening on the campus of Michigan State University. Here's what we do know. There's a Michigan State shooting. Multiple shots fired by unidentified shooter near Michigan State University. Reports are multiple victims. That is what we're hearing. But again, early stages of this kind of stuff.
RTF2, we're at Clifford at the Woodline.
Copy RTF2 at Clifford and KZoo on the Woodline.
Let's take a look at Michigan State University campus so that as they call out these locations, we can zoom in. Okay, this is East Lansing, Michigan. I love East Lansing, Michigan. This is one of the great college towns of America.
Lansing Batch 35, we're on the north side of Hubbard Hall, moving into the courtyard.
All right, Hubbard Hall.
Copy, moving to the north side of the courtyard of Hubbard Hall.
Let's see. Acres. Let me get on it there. Hubbard Hall, here we go.
RGF 9, Village parking ramp is clear.
The north side of Hubbard Hall.
Copy, Village parking ramp is clear.
Somewhere right here.
628, we're on the south side of Hubbard Courtyard, UTL so far.
Copy, UTL south side of Hubbard Courtyard so far.
Okay, so this is Hubbard Hall. There were reports coming into the police. They just mentioned it on the scanner that there was someone with.
We have a caller advising that they're hearing gunshots out of East McDonald. East McDonald, hearing gunshots.
Okay.
RTF1, we're out here. I haven't heard anything.
This is this over here now. This is McDonald Hall. This is where they just said they're hearing gunshots. Okay.
RT4, the wood line between McDonald and Holmes right now.
Here's Holmes right here. So they're on the wood line between McDonald's and Holmes. So they're somewhere in here.
Medic right up here. I need you up here. On Saginaw.
Medic. A call for a medic. Saginaw. Somebody recently, now there have been a whole bunch of calls.
RTF2 command, can the helicopter clear this wood line? This place is huge.
Okay, so they're bringing in a helicopter. This is
here. Bring your rig up here.
Okay, this is real. These are the raw.
7. We have 10 civilians coming out from the basement.
Location. This is Medic 93. Would you like Medic 93 coming out?
Yeah, I have it.
Here's an update as of 8:40. Active shooter mass shooting scene, Michigan State University. Multiple fatalities have been reported by first responders. Update, shooter is still at large. There have been reports of possible suspect sightings, but unfounded as of right now. All right. It's hard to tell where they're calling for the medics. We've just been distracted, and we're looking over here at Holmes Hall. Someone called and said they're hearing shots at Holmes Hall. The officers responded that they're on the wood line here between Holmes Hall and McDonald Hall.
Yeah, acres.
This is where the most frightening call came in. A call came in to...
Run.
Commerce ramp is clear.
Okay. This is Hubbard Hall. This is where a person in one of these floors called police.
694, do you have eyes on the accused?
Negative, we're going upstairs right now. 15.
Okay, someone called from Hubbard Hall saying that there was a man on their floor with a long gun
going
shooting
up Acres
people.
Hall to the cafeteria. Going to hold air for contact with the accused.
The 911
We got a team going up the north side of Acres Hall.
operator then reported to police that she heard screaming
RTF
and cries
14,
in the background.
Establish a perimeter around that location.
Copy, establish a perimeter over Acres Hall.
We're locked out.
RTF 14 is en route.
Ackles Hall, is that what they said? All right, so let's look at all of these different.
22 on route 4.
So we've got Hubbard
Copy.
Hall.
RTF 12 on scene.
Copy.
These are dorms. So this is Hubbard Hall, Acres Hall. Okay, here we go.
2 item 42 on scene with Lansing Township badge 93.
Now, people calling from McDonald Hall, which is just right here, just across,
RTF 12 going to north end.
they may have heard
Copy.
shooting coming from this area. So I think this area here is where it's mostly being concentrated. Again, I could just say all the things that I've heard and all the things that have been speculated about, but honestly, this is happening right now as we're all watching and listening on the scanner. So I don't know what's real.
Badge 131, did you have traffic?
RTF 13, set up eastern perimeter on Acres Hall for containment.
Okay.
Copy.
628, we're on east side of the up here, Acres Hall.
So this is the east of Acres Hall, right here, this area.
RTF 14, 4-man car and a patrol car. Where can we help?
All right, so this is the east side of Acres Hall. See a beautiful college campus environment.
RTF 8, I have one civilian from Acres. Where do they want her?
To the civilian where?
That came out of Acres.
There's 600 of them on the north side of Acres also ready to come out.
They're evacuating students from Acres Hall, which is right here.
Of foot traffic in McDonald Hall as well. Hearing shots there.
Oh my goodness. Let's see here.
RTF 12, we got an open door in classroom 136 in Acres Hall.
Copy, open door 136, Acres Hall.
RTF 2's on scene at Acres.
Room 121.
Okay, let's look at some videos from the scene. We'll go back to the maps. These are some live videos taking.
For units in Acres, there is a smell of gunpowder or fireworks coming from the bathrooms. It's clear, but be advised there is a smell of gunpowder or fireworks in Acres.
Okay,
Well, we should have React 12 at her hall, last I heard.
all right, massive police presence there. I don't know exactly what we're looking at here. Let's check out a different one, okay? Let's
Team 2, we'll head to Hubbard.
here's another one. Is that shooting? Is this one depict?
Copy 2, showing you en route to Hubbard. Reports of shots fired, possibly near room 121. Room 121, Hubbard Hall South, for shots fired, heard.
RTF 14 en route to Hubbard.
Okay, shots fired at Hubbard Hall.
Yeah, Hubbard also.
Copy.
914 heading into Hubbard.
Is that shooting?
Copy.
RTF 14 is out at Hubbard.
3, 4.
Copy.
5.
Again, reports were coming from possible room 121.
Again,
21 south or north.
we're listening.
South, so they're advising Hubbard Hall South.
We're listening to the Greater Lansing Area Public Safety Scanner Channel. These are active conversations, live conversations between police and first responders on the scene at Michigan State University, where there is an active shooting incident occurring right now. I wish I had more information for you, but
86-4,
nobody does.
and Hubbard, moving from the west towards Hubbard. Check that. Disregard.
Let's check this one out.
4-7 status at the Union.
My goodness. Okay.
SOT, we're on the basement level of the Union.
Let's see what this video is.
Not gonna lie to you,
Team 2, we need a breach.
not gonna lie to you.
South, shot.
15 on 7.
Use it.
What did he say?
South Hubbard, we need a breach.
Copy. South Hubbard need a breach.
1037's got a ram. I'll head that way.
Okay, so they need to break a door
Copy.
down?
RTF 13, my partner's got breaching tools. He's going to grab them and head to South Hubbard. Stand by. I'm right next door. 4 of us, I'll get there.
Okay, let's go back.
Hamilton, what room do you guys need the breaching tools at?
East side of South Hubbard Hall.
Okay, we don't need that.
347 to Union Hall, Clayton County. Is that your only floor you've cleared, or have you cleared everything else?
Clinton County, we're just not clearing the basement for the.
Once again, here's Hubbard Hall.
So far as quarter of the basement level.
Acknowledged.
This seems to be the
Hubbard,
epicenter of
continue.
everything right now. There are panic
Units
calls.
be advised, we're getting a call at 1855 Place, 1808, apartment 235, for someone kicking on the door, unknown if related.
Okay, unknown if related.
RTF 2, are you on the exterior east side of South Hubbard?
Okay, 12 moving into Hubbard.
Copy. Moving into Hubbard.
See if we can find anything official from Michigan State University.
691, I have people sheltering from Acres in Conrad Hall.
Copy. People sheltering in Conrad Hall.
React Team 2, we're ready to make entry on the south side of Hubbard. We're going in.
Okay.
Copy. React Team 2, making entry of Hubbard.
I have sheltering in place at Conrad Hall. I am in Conrad Hall with the shelter in place.
636 and
Conrad Hall.
Go ahead.
Where's Conrad Hall?
Myself and Detective Osborne will be stationed at Sparrow.
McDonald.
We got the
Holmes.
south entrance of South Hubbard. Hubbard.
Acres.
10-4.
Hubbard.
Copy.
RTF 11, we got perimeter on the southeast corner of Hubbard. RTF
Shaw Hall.
Eight.
Owen Hall.
is at East Acres Hall. Where do you need us? Like that, it's RTF 7.
I can't find Conrad Hall. It's a big campus, though.
All for your status.
F14 10 2.
Copy. Thank you.
All right, let's go back and focus on Hubbard because, again, that's where it seems like most of this is happening.
Copy.
Okay, so this would be East Acres.
RTF 2. Contact.
Lansing, be advised on the possible B&E in progress.
Room 121. Everyone is secure. No.
We have some breaking news.
Okay.
Copy. You cut out. You said room 121 at Hubbard Hall South.
Let's see here. This comes from. See what this is. Not entirely certain. Who is the source on this? MSU police order student staff to shelter in place.
Is all secure.
MSU police report shots fired.
121 is secure.
Copy.
Secure in place. Run, hide, fight. It says there that's direct. Those are the serious ones. Those when they add the run, hide, fight to it from an established authority like the Michigan State Police Department or whatever.
3 to command.
Something's happening.
Turkey Hall has been cleared on secondary.
Obviously.
Units be advised, we're getting reports at Chemistry Building. They saw a black male with a hat with something long in their hand, looked like a rifle. Again, Chemistry Building, black male with a hat and something long in his hand, possibly a rifle.
RTF 1-3, we're going to go mobile and we'll start that way.
Chemistry Building. All right. I don't know how I'm going to find the Chemistry Building. Anytime I was at Michigan State, I wasn't going to class.
Didn't hear anything in the courtyard.
Let's see here. Veterinary. There it is. Department of Chemistry. Okay. So that's
For units on scene, we're getting a report that someone received a picture with possibly 2 subjects carrying a hunting rifle. They saw on Facebook there were 3 total shooters. They all posted pictures with guns. 2 black hoodies, 1 in jeans, 1 with a green shirt and black pants.
Okay, so she just said
RTF 14, I'm moving a group of civilians to Conrad Hall.
3 shooters. Now, early on in this,
let's try to get her to send that picture.
there were a number of reports that conflicted if we were of the mindset that it's a single shooter, because it seemed to me like there were multiple.
Okay, what's that location?
137 Bowl. 137 Bowl, they possibly found the pictures of the accused sign. We're going to try to get the pictures in. 694.
It may also explain why there's incidents and mentions of hearing shots fired at locations that are blocks away from each other, all coming in at the same time.
From Grand 152.
All clearly speculation as of now, Jeff says. Dude, this is all you're listening to here is the raw police conversations of the guys who are on the ground who are responding to this. So
694.
And these details, as we know, Jeff, they change.
Windsor 170, Grand Ledge 152, stage at Vogue Shaw.
Hi, Claire.
Do you have any teams in the basement of Acres, or is this whole building still need to be cleared?
Units. Officer dealing with LPD, did you have traffic?
Basement of Acres. 347, I've got RTF 15 led by Lawrence going to Vogue. It's negotiators.
RTF 2, we're ready for work.
Negotiators. So does it sound like they've got somebody pinned down?
Unit advised, we have a group of 70 students at the wall parking ramp trying to hide.
Okay. Again, we're listening to live feed. Live scanner traffic from Michigan State University. This is the Greater Lansing Area Public Safety Bureau.
323, we're on traffic point right here. We don't see anything.
The last bit of information that we heard was they were calling for negotiators. We believe that most...
Okay, just be advised, we're also getting a call now that they can hear shots outside of McDonald Hall, possibly near the loading dock first floor. Loading dock first floor, McDonald Hall can possibly hear shots.
Okay.
Behind Meridian Medic 93.
So the police apparently have somebody that they need to negotiate with.
They're going to have it.
And they need to breach a door here at Hubbard Hall, okay? What we just heard was that now there are shots fired in the loading dock over here at McDonald Hall. So there's something going on at Hubbard Hall. There was a call about 10, 15 minutes ago. A student in Hubbard Hall said that there was a man with a long gun shooting people on the floor. The 911 operator then reported hearing screams and cries in the background. So all the police were focusing their attention here on Hubbard
Getting
Hall.
reports at Cedar Village, building 504. Cedar Village, building 504, 1 minute delay. They can hear yelling in the hallway. And all units, it was access to CAD. Check your CAD. Pictures of possible accused are in there. Not sure if it's going to be them or maybe police.
Okay, and now, so we got McDonald Hall, we got Hubbard Hall.
Command from 1064 Acres.
I missed the name on the one where they hear people screaming now. I mean, I would be screaming.
Units be advised, we're getting reports at 323 Village Drive. 323 Village Drive, apartment 504, that there is someone threatening 5 people with a firearm at Cedar Village.
All right, Cedar Village.
14 and out.
Hey, James, welcome into the show already in progress. James Parker, one half of the Pugs and Pugs.
I'm enraptured already. So it sounds like we have reports coming from 3 different locations, because there was Cedar, and then the 2 halls that were actually on campus. But Cedar Ridge, that's not on campus?
No, I don't know. I haven't been able to find that yet. I will find that. Here's what we know. The latest is Hubbard Hall in McDonald. But as of 20 minutes ago, there were issues with here in Acres Hall. I believe the first call came in at Owens Hall. Where is Owens Hall? Or there it is, Owen Hall. The first call that topped all this off. Somebody shooting at Owens Hall here.
That's a dorm room. You can tell by the layout.
Yeah. And then there was scanner traffic. A 911 call came through. A girl in Hubbard Hall reported there was a man on the floor shooting people. Okay, so they all came here. Then, as that was going on, there were other reports of people being shot or gunshots being heard here at McDonald Hall. So now you heard the name of the last Cedar. I didn't hear that. I was listening.
Cedar Ridge. Is that what y'all heard? Cedar something?
Is that a street or is that a location? Do you know?
It sounded like they were talking about like this Cedar Ridge apartments or Cedar Ridge condos or something.
All right.
Kind of like the name of a property.
They called for a breaching equipment as they need to knock down a door, and now they're calling for negotiators. This is the Hubbard Hall location where they're calling for those things.
Have they used the word hostages here? Because I'm a little late to this game. Is there anyone? So what are we negotiating here? So the guy doesn't shoot himself? Has he barricaded himself in somewhere?
Possibly he's been pinned down.
Hey, commenters, type some of these notes in so it'll just stay on the chalkboard as we're figuring this out.
Yeah.
In Union Hall.
All right, let's listen to the scanner now for a little bit, because it sounds like something.
Are there any units at Union Hall?
Union Hall.
Which one's Union?
I don't know, man.
All right.
I haven't been to Michigan State in 30 years.
I've never been to Michigan.
Yeah, you got contact 1. There was road officers from LPD, Forbes, Miller, Zuber, Muller, and you got separate STAR team in the basement clearing that.
All right, so they're clearing the basement. Pug, what's your thought on this comment here from Stevens? For those of us who are just getting into this, have you heard this rumor that they're knocking on dorm rooms?
And for units, just be advised, we were sent a picture of a possible accused. It's a white male, glasses, facial hair, made a threat on social media around 1822 today. His picture's in the call.
Yeah, we've been hearing that. We've been hearing reports, people calling saying that people are knocking on doors. There's been multiple reports.
What? That's real?
Well, I don't know if they're pretending to be police. Steve might have more information than I do, because I'm flying by the
I hate this part of the dispatch, because she says it's like a white male in glasses with a beard who made like controversial social media posts earlier today. I'm like, that's both of us, Pug.
It's not me.
Well, I know, but that description fits both of us.
I got rid of my beard because I still have the Rona, by the way.
44.
Just to update you, there is an active shooter on the campus of Michigan State University. Multiple fatalities are being reported by first responders. Shooter is still at large. Suspect has been described by witnesses as short, black male wearing a mask.
What? That's not what that. Okay,
dude, we are getting multiple descriptions. That's why people are thinking that there are multiple shooters. Yeah,
and they're acting at 4 different halls now, or 3.
Okay.
Well, once again, we know where the police presence are.
Sorry, I was sorting through the notes. It's going to be, the address they gave was 323 Village Drive, apartment 504. The resident in 504 could hear someone out there threatening someone with a gun.
All right.
RTF 5, do you have a location?
Oh, here we go. This is 323.
Yeah, 944 dispatch.
All right, I found Cedar Village. Can we throw my fill up there?
Yeah, well, I think I got the same thing. I'm right now off Cedar Street and Water's Edge. This is
Yeah, you're on
where
the same thing. You're on the exact same thing. Okay, good. But
I appreciate you jumping forward like that because
do this.
let me know when you have something else
That one.
good.
And that's what the understanding officers on the other floors.
Yep, there's a group of LPD officers.
Okay, so this
dude,
is
there's
the area.
apartments like this next to almost every college campus sitting there.
Yeah. Some parties be happening here, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Not tonight.
Might as well, for our command, we're just holding our spots for now.
All right, so this is the address that the police were just called to. Reports of was this another one man knocking on doors, or was this shooting and screaming? I'm not sure.
I didn't get the reason why, but we did hear the reports that going to the village they were
called our police. I am with them. We are heading to secure.
Okay.
Current SOT, can I get the location of the LPD officers inside Union Hall?
671, I'm at the Union Hall to the northwest entrance. Stairwell on first level.
Okay.
Officer Forbes, can you...
Our associate producer, James, Stephen Ray Martinez has just sent me this. Yep, here it is. This is a social media post they were just talking about. All right, so there's a picture right there. Can we see it? Is it sharing?
Yes, there's three.
Valley Court Park getting reports of a subject walking with a long gun.
Okay, and that's kind of what we're looking at. 3 suspects here. Now, again, we don't know the validity of this. This is just a picture that's floating around on Twitter right now. Thank you to Stevie Ray Martinez for pointing it out. And this is the social media post that they were talking about. It says, Lynn D. Walker. He says, hope you're ready, MSU.
Be advised, we're now getting reports of 1050 Waters Edge, 1050 Waters Edge, hearing shots fired, getting lots more calls from that area now.
1050 Waters Edge.
RDF 14, the area is clear. We are in Cedar Village. We are not hearing any
Here's the
shots
post
fired
we
at
just
this time.
heard referenced by the police.
Copy, RTF 14 in Cedar Village, not hearing anything at this time.
Hope you're ready, MSU. All of you chuds are going to pay.
Copy.
Millions must fucking
Basement of Hubbard
die.
is clear. Basement of Hubbard
This is the Water's Edge
Copy, basement of Hubbard is clear.
that she just mentioned. That's where this is.
Okay, all right.
That's
You got okay.
1050 Water's Edge, right there. See that?
Valley Court Park.
Okay, yeah. That's where I was on the ground.
Okay,
That's,
yeah. So that's
street.
Cedar Village, 1050 Water's Edge.
And what is the latest report there? Did we hear?
Shot fired at Cedar Village.
All other units stay on the Berkey and Union to ops.
Copy, all units say Union or Berkey, switch to East Lansing on the 6th.
The South Hubbard all clear.
Cedar Village is clear.
Is CNN on this yet, or are they still talking about UFOs and Trump indictments? What is? Have they deemed this necessary news? Because this is kind of breaking
Cedar Village
news.
is clear. Getting reports at Holden Hall East, for a white male, black jacket and jeans, carrying an MSU Union paper bag, who walked into this building. They thought it was suspicious.
Okay.
Oh no, come on now.
I know,
All right,
right?
so what I just heard there in the last 30 seconds, there's shots fired at Cedar Village, and then someone called back, and 2 people confirmed no, that's clear that did not happen.
Okay.
So look at how awful the information that flows around.
The last known was at Mayo Hall, North Campus. They saw a gray truck pulled into the back, then drove down the wrong direction of travel towards the north, towards the neighborhood.
Great truck.
347.
47.
React Team 12 was dispatched.
I like that we were on the air before Google decided that this was a big enough story. You know, when,
the weird part is if I move this thing back, they have a whole little set aside for the active shooter situation. Like here, if I read this address,
Give me a status of Hubbard Hall.
All right, hold on. This
we cleared the basement.
Right here. See this?
Basement of Hubbard is clear.
The basement.
2K 43 UTL Valley Court.
Yeah.
Copy for
all right.
Right.
I don't want to talk over them because that's like information I need. But see this little red part? Michigan State University shooting. It's already part of the map features now. So I
Oh,
can.
yeah.
RDS 14.
It has been for years,
1050
James.
Waters Edge.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Nothing seen or
It's
heard.
like that's why I always like to try.
1050 Waters Edge is clear.
RTC7 in Russell Collingwood. Repeat the numbers.
I always consider it a point of pride.
208 Collingwood. Reports of 2 shots heard.
208 Collingwood. Is that what they said?
Triple three's over at Collingwood right now.
Copy.
They are saying Collingwood.
Yeah, 208 Collingwood.
It's a nice stadium.
Oh, it's a gorgeous campus. It's one of the most beautiful campuses on the planet, and it's very big. All right.
Are there any units in the basement of Snyder Phillips? We're getting reports of an unknown male walking around the basement near the water boiler.
All right, James, hold on. Let's go check out this
Which
Collingwood.
hall are you talking about?
Cut this. Yeah.
Let's just let's do Collingwood.
Are there any firing?
All right.
Okay. Are there units still at Cedar Village knocking on doors?
Now let's see where this is in comparison to where the other things are happening.
RDS 14. None of us were knocking on doors. We cleared 2 buildings, but didn't knock on doors.
Okay.
Okay.
Negative.
So here you go. So this is where some of the going on.
On room 504.
And now we're getting reports of shooting all the way
we have
over here.
323 Village Drive calling, advising someone banging on a door, claiming they're with the fire department.
323.
Charlie 2, can you copy this traffic, please? See someone walking around near a boiler. Which residence hall is that? And also, I brought out that gray pickup truck. You can copy a plate. We are
Okay.
at Snyder Hall.
So James, this area here, Collingwood, that's Greek Row.
Where is Collingwood? I'm looking for it on my map.
Just put the address in there.
2 Zebra 2 Adam 41.
The address is
I'm out with 1136.
203 Collingwood.
and
It's the Alpha
55
Sigma
point.
Phi fraternity
Dispatch
house.
944.
There it
Clear,
is.
2013 Ford F-150 valid through.
The Facebook post, he said he was targeting chuds, which would certainly be Michigan State frat boys. So we're getting calls now of shots fired here on Greek Row at Michigan State University.
Well, this isn't like an opulent house.
Oh, I don't know. It looks pretty nice
No,
to
look.
me.
No.
23 to Jacob Jones out of Onondaga.
That's
That might be
201 Collingwood. Here's this is 203 Collingwood. This is
22 command post.
Oh, that's 128. Why did they put me
15,
there?
that's one of our officers if he's listening.
See, like this one's 202. See the 202 mark there? So this is the across the street.
Number 2.
201 on the map. I don't see a number on the house.
Copy. Is RTS team at 137 Vogue knocking on the door now?
So this is where they're at. They're on this block.
But yeah, two Clinton County guys in the basement of the Union Hall there. What door do you want us to come in through?
This is where what we're seeing on the screen right now. This is where the most recent report of someone knocking on the door claiming to be firemen were. Now, we'd heard earlier reports of the shooters going around knocking. I'm going to say shooters now because it just seems like I shouldn't, but I'm going to go with it. It seems like there's more than one. And they're going around knocking on doors saying that they're police and you have to evacuate. And then apparently shots are being fired. This is adjacent to Greek Row, which would be where frat boys might rent a house together if they didn't want to live in a house. So, you might know where a particular chud lives.
We have a lot of people in Conrad Hall that came from Acres. Is Acres clear to send them back in?
Acres is clear.
Copy. Acres is clear.
This looks like the neighborhood that was next to ETBU, where I went to college.
This is a Conrad. We're going to start shepherding.
80-year-old wood frame houses.
Yeah. All right, so it's been updated. 9:05 p.m. Active shooter, multiple victims. Michigan State University. Multiple fatalities have been reported. Shooter is still at large. Suspect has been described by witnesses as a short black male wearing a mask. That does not. Well, it's the update at 9:05. And I think that may have changed a little. Again, we might be talking about multiple people because we're hearing multiple descriptions.
Well, hey, those dudes on social media, they don't fit that description. That didn't look like a short black guy.
No. Well, no, that's why I'm saying this is lending credence to the idea that there are multiple shooters, as well as multiple reports of shots being fired at locations that are not the same place.
Trooper 3, are you able to get eyes in the wooded area of Owens Hall? Getting reports of 2 subjects with firearms in the wooded area. Again,
oh, come on now. Where's
coming out of a dark-colored Ford.
Yeah, we'll be able to.
Is there
guy gets checked here?
Is there such a thing as panic calling? I mean, or could this really be the case?
Right,
This many people are seeing these people.
All right, so this is what they're talking about. Here's McDonald, Owen. So this or this over here.
Hold on, share that.
Oh yeah, it's here. It's this stuff around the river here. So the halls that have been the topic of conversation here, the Pug's first thing he mentioned to me when I got in here: Owen Hall, McDonald Hall, Acres Hall, Hubbard Hall.
The three officers walking together there. The building is to your right that we're looking at. And when you go around the corner, that one Jeep will be, you'll see dumpsters as you make that corner, and then one Jeep is going to be to the right of those, still occupied by them. I haven't seen the lights come on yet.
Okay, so there is actually quite a bit of wooded area and walking distance here. All this on the right, and then this little
tree where we need it.
It's actually called a woodlot.
React 12.
Be React 12 for clear. We'll just be advised we're now getting calls that at Bessie Hall, shots are being fired in the hallways. React Team 12.
Hold on, I got it.
Okay. Let's go to Pug screen.
Not yet. Hold on. I got to pull it up.
Yeah, for the officers, that white Jeep is going to be back behind you, far into the parking lot. At Abbott Hall.
Bro, this is the end.
Far east side of the parking lot.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, so this is Bessie Hall.
And be advised.
Wait, James, what are you doing?
We're now getting a call at STEM building. STEM building, one shot heard, possibly coming from the inside. Just one caller so far from STEM building.
Okay, so this is Bessie Hall.
RTF 14. I've got 2 cars going.
Now, what's this in relation? Okay.
Copy, RTF 14 with 2 cars going to STEM.
RTF 11, we'll be en route 2.
RTF 11 en route to STEM.
All right, so Bessie Hall is over here. This all began over here at Hubbard, Acres, Holmes, and McDonald. And now Bessie Hall, which is, I believe, over by where we just were looking.
Well, Collingwood is if you go straight north and across that highway, Highway 43 there.
Over the highway. Okay.
And as soon as you pop over that into that residential neighborhood, that's where the Greek house was that we're looking at, 203 Collingwood.
All right, so it is. Okay, so I'll use that as a sort of a boundary line, that Grand River Avenue. But again, we're talking about a distance that
it's walkable.
It's walkable, but how quickly?
At 261 right? Rampart, 261 Rampart Way, getting reports of a vehicle circling the office.
Okay, I don't know what that means. 261 Rampart.
Well, look, now this is probably good for new people who've been in the last 20 minutes here. What were the names of the building in order? Map it, and you might see the direction you're traveling. And we do have that. So can you
Copy.
Yeah, so you want the order of where the calls were coming in?
Yeah, so you got to go back over to that little circle where Donald and Acre.
Now look, see, this is Rampart Way. This is where that call just came in. Look how far away from everything this is.
Well, that might be a crap call. Let's wait a second on that. Wait till someone confirms it, because Cedar Village Apartments was a crap call.
Where the first alarming details started to come in, that caller who said there was someone on their floor with a gun shooting people. Then we have Acres Hall. This is Hall right here. This is Acres Hall. Then over here you have McDonald
347.
37.
There was
RTF 15 to Bessie Hall, room 313. Deploy them, please. They're mobile in a vehicle. Bessie Hall.
Copy, RTF 16.
14, we're here.
Okay, is anyone knocking on the door?
We're at Bessie as well.
Okay, is anyone knocking at the door of room 313? Because they're calling, advising they can see boots from under the door.
Jesus, how scared are these kids, man? Jeez Louise.
So I think generally speaking, Kimberly is correct. It started at that sort of eastern part of campus and has moved to the northwest direction generally.
My personal phone.
Yeah, it's even moving northwest along Grand River
Yeah,
Avenue.
10-4, I got your
43.
number. Do you want to me ops?
But Bessie Hall, I thought, was down here somewhere.
It was. If you go straight down, no, it's up there by the river. Go up, up, no, other way, up, right there.
Coming out of Bessie.
Below by the river there. Okay. That's Bessie Hall. Now, I think I heard him say that he was leaving in a vehicle from Bessie Hall.
Dispatch RTF 18 to that location for
18, go to Bessie.
RTF in contact with a bunch of students coming out of Wharton Park.
You
Okay,
see
this is Bessie Hall.
Yeah, just north of the river.
This is Bessie Hall. This is where they're chasing someone in a
And
vehicle.
for we have a wood line still needs to get cleared. We can let there now.
RTF2, we cannot get into Bessie.
Copy.
RTF 14.
RTF 14.
Units on this channel, loud bang coming from 1217 North Grand River, 1217 North Grand River.
What side of the building are you on? I can come to the south side, open the door for you.
Yep, we're coming to you.
In for you.
Is in
14 1.
313 have been evacuated. They're down onto the east side. They're advising there was a male with a
Wow.
I don't want to talk because I don't want to miss what they're saying. I don't want to talk over what they're saying.
There are 153,000 people listening to this stream. This police scanner worldwide right now.
Doors, moving north.
Easily the number one scanner.
You said a red hoodie?
Red or burgundy.
Copy. Last wearing a red or burgundy hoodie.
And one report of possibly green.
RT4 is at Bessie.
How hard is it to be a cop in this situation? We got a report of a green hoodie. We got a report of a burgundy hoodie.
Did you feel bad for these? I mean, honestly, these cops are out there. This is a war zone right now for them.
Parking garage been cleared.
Where was that garage?
I don't know. You know,
The 8-man team, we're going to clear this parking garage.
Copy.
Just pushed out about 100 people towards the street.
Breaking news, a news conference on active shooter situation at Michigan State University is expected for 10 p.m.
This is the parking garage by Bessie Hall. I think that's what they
34 minutes from now, we'll get a press conference.
Copy. Just be advised, from room 108, the caller can hear screaming. Room 108 at Bessie, they can hear screaming coming from the room.
Oh my God, make it stop. Hugs, no. All right, so that's Bessie I'm looking at. That's the tail end of Bessie that curves around. This is the parking next to Bessie that just got cleared. But this building over here, they're investigating screams in room 108. Bro, college is tough enough.
Again, this all started about a little over an hour ago. The first reports that I saw on the scanner alert began to come in at around 9:17, I think is when I looked, or 8:17.
God, this place looks idyllic. Looks like a movie set.
And it's not even the nicest college in Michigan. You should see the University of Ann Arbor's even better. Yeah. But Michigan is like the Garden of Eden, man. It's all trees and lakes and rivers. It's beautiful anyway.
This is unbelievably bad. So what do we have on the actual reports of people being shot, injured, something to that effect?
All right, yeah, let's pull that up. Let's see what the absolute latest.
Caller can hear screaming. Room 108 at Bessie, they can hear screaming coming from the room.
Yeah. Someone resolve that for me. It's bothering me.
That is the thing about listening to the scanner. You hear the most gory and worst details in real time. All right. So this is as of 5 minutes ago. Michigan State University, several buildings on the Michigan State University campus have been cleared, police say Monday night. Brody Hall, Snyder, Phillips Hall, Mason Hall, Abbott Hall,
Command from Battalion 42.
Landon Hall, the MSU Union, and Berkeley Hall have all been secured by police. At least one person is dead, and multiple others have been injured following Monday's shooting on campus. The gunman is still at large.
Okay, so one dead. That's a huge tragedy, but
this
stays
CNN ain't even reporting this yet. You know, I mean, this is, you know what I mean? Uvalde was nothing, and we bailed off the Uvalde story and went and did a normal noon show.
Contact at 108. We've got about 40 students. They're all coming out.
Okay, good.
Copy, 40 students coming out of 108 room at Bessie. Units be advised, we're also getting reports. Near 327 Hillcrest. 327 Hillcrest, they can see two males walking towards the Big B. Unknown if they have any weapons, but one subject is limping and one has a hood up. We have gotten multiple calls for a subject limping.
Yeah, they have. Some of the earliest calls was someone limping with a gun, running down the street with a gun, limping. Did you get that address? Because I missed it.
327 Hillcrest. It's popping right up in East Lansing, and we are going further north and west. Do I have this share screen up? Yeah, let me do it. Boom.
Show it
all
to
right.
me.
So there it is.
Let's get rid of all these stupid captions and stuff.
Yeah, 327 Hill. Oh, I'm sorry. You're good point. Get rid of that because it is in the way.
Oh, okay. I was going to do it, but good.
For all units, we're getting reports that it's 6170 Abbott. 6170 Abbott at the quarters. Shots fired hard, and people are believing the shooters are there.
617 Abbott is right here. This is road off 43. You see it right here? I'm running it with the cursor.
The RTF 18 show you en route.
RT19 is going to be Grand River and Abbott.
Grand River and Abbott. So that's 43. That's right here. That's this spot right here. Grand River and Abbott. And so it's just on the very tippy northwest of the campus. So yeah, it started down here. Here's Bessie.
All units in command post. Be advised, we have someone just call 911. Advise that there are explosives placed on campus, and then they disconnected.
They disconnected explosives on campus. Is that report?
No. They called 911 to say they had placed explosives on campus.
We are trying to get that phone number and see if there's anything we can do with it.
All right.
Clear.
Did we hear that? Because that could just be some, mentally troubled young college student. But 911 just took a call from somebody who said that they've put explosives around the campus and then they hung up.
You're right. That's a little too convenient. Someone who's being pursued by cops is going to make a call. Maybe it's possible.
Is it too convenient, or could we be seeing a conspiracy here among a group of people who have been planning this? You know what I mean?
Could be, but that's asking more than a guy is on the run and he's just trying to distract him.
Right.
Trying to draw resources away from the street.
Holden Hall West.
Starting mileage be 802.73.2.
Units that can check these two subjects who are near Crunchies on Grand River. They keep saying two subjects and one's limping.
RTF 11 weekend.
Easily the sixth time.
Copy, RTF 11, show you that checking the area of Crunchies.
That we've heard them report that they're looking for a guy
264.
Who's limping.
Incident command from Fire Center. There's a 1015 threat. Still getting further information if you want to read line 734. That's line 734.
There's four of us at Crunchies. We're UTL right now. We're checking.
Thank you for the correction, Steven.
Your previous routine.
Yeah. That's on the third having asthma attack.
All right. So does this mean Steven's message here that the report about the guy who's going after the chuds is not legit anymore?
Well, I don't know. Why wouldn't it be?
Because see the comment, Stephen Ray. He says, "I think that photo I sent earlier was fake. Looks like the photo was from an unrelated tweet in 2020."
Or that's you right there.
Yeah,
we
maybe.
cleared all that. You can here with
Possibly.
us.
Got to
So-
be better than that as an
For the
associate
unit,
producer.
it's them.
Steven.
The person's advising there at the third floor personal space room.
What? A third floor personal space room.
Okay.
All right, so this is the intersection where all the action was. The reported shooters. Police are focusing on it now. That's where they were going. We got distracted with the call about the bomb threat, which sounds a little far fetched, but you know you can't. If you're cops, you don't have you're not allowed to rule that out.
Especially in this situation. In these times, yeah, no way. You can't rule anything out.
Of the unit, I just sent a picture back.
All right, Kimberly's contributing here that last jump we had at Bessie Hall to where we're at now, 2.3 miles. That's pretty fast foot to get there on foot, but in car that's nothing. So the gray truck is probably the more valid explanation on how they got there.
Shelter in place and team.
Just sworn. Email. 10-4 incoming.
Here's a great question from Copperhead. Pugs, do we know the names of shooter?
No, we don't even know
Command
this is
post
real.
for all
You know
RTF
what I mean?
teams.
We don't know
Once
nothing.
your assignments are complete, return to command post. Command post for all RTF teams. Once your assignments are complete, return to the command post for reassignment.
Delta unit, go first. 100 statewide 2.
Yes, sir. Can you 702-1166 send a lean message or get a hold of state police instant command in Lansing? Find out what the cross streets are on their mobile command post. 703, go ahead. 264.
Go ahead.
Sorry about that. They were told to move up by PD. Would you like them to stay here or? UTL subjects at countries will be clear that area.
Copy UTL countries.
Yeah, that's fine. Just stay there. Good.
For all units, be advised we're getting reports of hearing gunshots in McDonald Dining Hall. Correction, in Brody. Brody Dining Hall, reports of shots fired.
Broy Dining Hall. Okay, so that's
We're also getting reports as well, possibly coming from McDonald Hall West.
RTF 17, cast with that.
Well, how do you spell broy, y'all?
well, but I don't know, but it sounds like it has something to do with McDonald, and McDonald is right here.
Mhm.
Holmes and McDonald are right next to each other. Then there's Van Hoosen, Owen Hall, Shaw Hall. Hold on. Yeah, they said Brody, correct?
Mouse Club, go ahead, man.
Broy? I don't even know
Broy?
if there was a D in it. I think
Broy? Yeah, I don't
so
know.
hard. The quality of audio sucks.
Be advised, we're receiving a report at Owen Hall West. Owen Hall West, we saw a caller advise they heard a van show up to the loading dock and unload something, and they think it could possibly be explosive.
Oh, come on.
West, we can be in route where
All right, here we go. So this is Owen Hall. This is what they're talking about here.
Yeah, I got it. It's on the screen.
Oh.
Yep, 735 East Shaw. 735 East Shaw Lane.
Yeah, so you got the street view. That's cool. Hey, go step down on the street.
Yeah.
You want me to do it?
No, I got it.
Okay. I'll do the overhead. You do the street. Well, they have a FedEx truck out front right now. That's a horrible coincidence.
Yeah, right. So where would the loading dock be? See if we can get around the side here. Okay, there's the side of the building. Still don't see a loading. I imagine back here, maybe. Nope.
Yeah,
Oh.
so you got to go around the
Here you
corner.
go. Here's a loading dock area.
That's it.
Back here.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, this is the loading dock. So this is where they're saying there's again another mention of explosives. So
possible explosives. Man, this gives you an appreciation for what cops have to go through in the moment, because how much false information are they getting and having to filter out and check on and then discard and then just forget that they ever even heard it, because you don't need to jumble up your focus.
You don't think there's absolutely some useless freaking student about to fail out who's just made every bad decision in his life that he could that would take it upon himself in this moment to make a fake 911 call? I do.
Yeah, I put bombs in every building.
Dude, fucking Checo's crazy, man.
RTF2.
You know, it's like
I
that
think we're
kind of
outside,
asshole.
God damn it.
903 to either the coal units on Meridian Main.
Contact was.
Man, that's a good question from Fast Outdoor Food. How many cops are out? Because you got to think like every cop that's doing anything right now, some guy that had a radar gun and a trap or whatever, they're all at this.
Leaving the Warden ramp.
You said John 2616?
Before you signed on.
And several units that are with the calls, the Pole Sisters, Officer Strauss, or Officer Mandernack, and Acker. They are available for calls. Just checking to see if them are available right now.
Reacting to Zach Campbell Hall.
903 dispatch.
Copy, reacting to a Campbell Hall. Squad.
What room are we going to?
3 units I just talked about. They can go to any calls that are in the county that are priority right now. Feel free to use them for glancing calls, anything that's holding.
We're still trying to figure that out. We've a text chain. We're advising that the accused is possibly in a dorm room with his group of friends. We'll try to get further.
Here's video of the police.
All right, where do you want these people? There's a lot of people inside here.
Do you want me to take the 9 Boston 60 off of the shooting call then?
I'm not sure which unit that is, but you can pick them off and they can.
Delta 137, 700 Stateway 2.
Take any other emergency calls you have in the county.
10-4. They were local sisters.
Hello, Leslie. Thank you for your help.
Over the Longdon.
All right, so here's some video.
Copy that.
Run!
Michigan State University.
Run!
So, yeah.
Quarter mile out.
Copy.
Frightening time.
182. Stand by.
Ramp is clear. That one vehicle was checked, and we're letting them go.
Before I ran that plate, it was clear. For units, be advised, we're getting reports that by the hub that they see unknown male, black mask with a black bag. Unknown is involved near the hub again.
122 Atlantic going to be 617 West Circle Drive, East Lansing. Again, 617 West Circle Drive.
What are you doing out on the street right now?
House, Charlie Oscar.
I mean, if you're a person who lives in.
Dude, don't say that, because this sounds like some stupid stuff I would actually walk into, because I'm just not paying attention to my phone.
But how do you not see thousands of police
Copy.
cars?
617 West Circle Drive.
You know?
This is where they're going right now. 617 West Circle Drive. You see it on the map here.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna switch back to statewide 1, and we're gonna have SQ HQ1 on our other radios.
Okay.
We're currently in Lansing.
Well, hold on. That's important. We're about to lose them. They're switching over to their secret channels because they typically do that when something's about to happen.
All right.
So
the place they're looking at now is 1 block south of the hot spot that they were looking at about 3 minutes ago. At the corner of Abbott and Grand River. This is Abbott and Grand River. This is what they're investigating
Any other
right now.
units still at STEM?
RTF5, we are still trying to find our medical in here, but we have multiple rooms barricaded with people inside. We're still going to try to find the medical and then evac all these people out.
I'll have them both the troubled subjects on Abbott Road, 2673 Abbott Road. Caller's roommate, Zenev Zeta, 22-year-old female, wearing a purple top and green pants, was threatening to shoot Haley, the caller. This did come in at 21:03, so there's about an hour delay.
All right, latest update, 9:40 p.m. Active shooter, mass shooting scene, Michigan State University.
RTF 17 out of
Multiple fatalities. See, now they're going multiple fatalities have
I can
been
help out with
reported
mutual aid if they want as well.
by first responders. Update, shooter is still at large.
Probably outside their room.
RTF 1-3, we're going there as well.
We're also
15 Adam 7. For now, I'm just holding some suspicious person calls. Could possibly be related to the incident on campus, so I don't want to send just one unit to those.
And Lauren, just let me know if you need me.
For the team that's still looking for the medical, they
So did they switch frequencies? Is this what's happening on us?
No, what happens when they switch frequencies is that we just lose
by the
a
elevator,
good portion of the traffic.
They said 3002 or 3004. 4, thank you.
Like if cops on the ground, if cops on the ground are planning something, they will switch to a different non-public channel so that they can communicate amongst each other. And that makes sense.
Outside of Gilchrist Hall. Gilchrist Hall, they heard one shot coming from the south side of the building.
God damn, this thing is still up. People are still reporting shots. It's been over an hour.
But we've heard we've heard more false claims of shots.
But how can you say they're false? You can't say they're false. This is happening in the moment. We won't know that they were false until tomorrow. I mean, you can't say that.
Well, like earlier when they said there was shots fired at Chelsea Village, and then they had two people responding who were next to Chelsea Village, and two cops on the situation confirmed that they did not hear shots.
Sure.
Right. That was one. That was one. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying that's
Battalion 42 from Battalion 43, 403.
Go ahead.
Harrison from Shaw.
We're at 16 ambulances in staging now.
I mean, you got to
Excuse me,
imagine if
18.
the guy is still out there, he might still be shooting at stuff. You know, I mean, he's not caught yet. It's his big moment, the little psycho.
So this is Shaw that they keep mentioning, people. This
To be clear, at home,
East West Road here, Shaw.
Yep, room 501 at Holmes Hall East.
Oh, look, CNN is on it. Good for them. Usually takes them a good 2 hours to jump on a story like this.
For units, we're also receiving information for a black pickup truck and a small sedan on Birch that keeps driving by slowly.
That's just a dirt.
Be advised on the VNE 2311 North High Street. Golden Pale crashed in the building here. Ended up leaving with some items out of the house.
Okay, so a breaking and entering
RDF5,
call.
we
You know,
found our
actual
female
crime
medical.
does still occur. You know what I mean?
Brought her out to the south side of the STEM building. We do not have a medic here for her. If we can get one started her way, and we're going to start evacuating all these classrooms that are barricaded with students inside.
Okay.
1635.
Go ahead.
12. We're at Bessie Hall. We have approximately 50 students. Do we have a point where we can send them yet, or are we holding them in place?
So if you're just like a mile away from campus, are you getting pulled over by a cop right now for speeding or drunk driving? Or
Not at all. Not at all, dude. You can get away with whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like every cop is on campus, as it should be. I mean, there's a guy shooting people running around.
Yep.
Hospitals are reporting a Sparrow Hospital in the area treating 5 victims of the shooting at Michigan State University.
Yeah, I have nobody. Everybody's at MSC right now. If you would be able to go out there, that'd be awesome. It's 311 North High Street, Golden Pale occupied by.
We have a Gen X dispatcher there.
I have a video of them coming out of the building with items.
Oh yeah, if you go out there, that'd be awesome.
Attached to them. Scene is secure.
Okay. We'll check and advise.
I really appreciate you guys.
Or what about you just have a heart attack? You're just watching TV. eating a
Westbound from
pizza.
River. Victor, westbound from River. They see 2 white males with weapons. There's a 1-minute delay.
Is there an ambulance coming for
Did
you
anyone acknowledge
right
my
now?
last
You know what I
traffic?
mean? You're having chest pains.
RTF 18.
Jesus,
have
this
it
just screws
clear.
up the
We're out of
emergency
that.
responses
Copy,
for
have it clear.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to imagine they've got every available
exactly
ambulance
Unified
on the
Command.
scene here.
Well, I'm also concerned. Like, there's Raising Cane's. See this Raising Cane's? Some
RTF
guy just got off
21
work and he
over
can't
on
move because everything's like barricaded.
Copy, open for IM1.
At Raising Cane's?
Yeah, like see that, like right here. See this Raising Cane?
Yeah.
Some guy is just
617.
getting off his shift. It's 9:47. They're closing, and he can't even leave. And he's,
Oh.
yeah, he probably might have homework to do.
The luxury of being able to go home, something that 5 people right now don't have.
Copy. Any team at the Union, were you clear on that? 3rd floor, there's a group of people still locked down in a room, unknown room number at this time.
RTF 17, I'm West Secure.
Copy. Are there any units at Roy Hall?
MSP 1030.
Now, Pugs, you do this
verify
kind of
that there was-
monitoring more than I do. Is there this many false reports of suspicious people with guns in most of these situations? Because this is ridiculous.
No, this is this is a very different situation. Typically it's a Target store, you know, or it's like some guy where it's one control. This is this is a major American campus. There's a lot of places to hide. There's a lot of paths. There's you know what I mean? This is could be like a needle in a haystack.
Circle for shots fired.
RTF 21.
Deploy those.
Okay, we just got another shot
RTF 21,
fired.
IM Fort Circle for reports of shots fired.
Command post to center be advised for staging area for students once they're evacuated as the Langdon Hall.
All right, so at 10 o'clock we're supposed to have a press conference. See if I can find that. Okay.
1635.
Go ahead.
Give me the numbers on high again, please.
2311 2311.
484.
Go ahead.
617. You can disregard. They were in Campbell Hall, which we told them to stay where they are. For the Union, nobody on the 3rd floor.
Hey, so I found a useful link here. Michigan State University Police and Public Safety.
Mm-hmm.
So this sounds like stuff that sounds a little more confirmed. They say 2 hours ago, it said they were 2, which is ridiculous. But it says there have been shots fired near Berkey Hall on the East Lansing campus. Police secure in place immediately. They're on the scene. All campus activities canceled for 48 hours. Do not come to campus tomorrow.
Here, let's do this, James. I've found live coverage from local East Lansing news. Let's check in on that.
Yep.
Let's see how this is being covered right now. Okay, where is the sound? Where do we?
Know if any shots were actually fired within the dining hall, but people started to yell, move, run, stuff like that. So just stampeding out of the hall. And we met police officers outside the building who told us to then go across a yard and to the parking garage. And now we're out here just waiting.
Yeah, and kind of describe to me, so when all the commotion started happening, you know, what went through your mind when that happened?
Just not a whole lot. I'm just trying to stay with my friends that I have here, thinking about my parents back home. Just trying to make split decisions on what to do in the moment, whether to help people up or if it was just I'm all for myself right there. And luckily enough, I made it out.
My man here
So
having an
there's just a lot going through my head, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, one of the things that we were just talking here is that you're in shorts and a t-shirt out here, and it's not exactly warm. So this was really, you know, you were just eating, and then all this started happening, right?
Correct. Yeah, I just finished with an exam actually, so met my roommate at the dining hall. We were eating dinner, about to go up, do homework, normal Monday night things, and then we went on lockdown, and the night hasn't been the same since.
Yeah.
Command from Livingston Regional SWAT.
All right, they're calling for the SWAT team.
Livingston, go ahead. Yes, sir. We are on location at Brody. We just cleared a rooftop. Would you like us to respond somewhere?
RTF 1-3, you guys can come out of the lobby. Let's meet back out at the cars. We're going to go mobile.
All right, that's the SWAT team. That's why I stopped it, because I heard them identify them.
Through, you know, doing something like that.
Well, it's just something where obviously everybody's panicked and people are going to want to start running, but you have to do what's best to protect yourself and the others around you. So I think pretty much everyone knew, like, take everything out of your pockets, don't make yourself look suspicious, walk slowly. Granted, we were in a vulnerable position. We had to do what's best for us and to just held our hands above our heads, show we were okay, and then that was pretty much it. Yeah.
We're watching
so one more time, where exactly were you at on campus?
To start, or
when you guys were asked to leave?
We were in the dining hall, then moved to the parking garage, and then on our own accord, we moved ourselves out here to be closer to the ambulances and news, because we felt more safe around a larger group of people. Sure.
All right, well, we are certainly glad that you are safe. Thank you so much for spending some time to talk with us. There appears to be the ambulance setting up here behind us. Turn the lights on there. But we're going to continue to be out here. The group of students continues to stand here one more time. I don't know if you can hear it, but the helicopter continues to fly overhead here on campus at Michigan State University. Remember, we are near IM East, just off Shaw Lane right now, but we're going to send it back into the studio right now.
Thank you, Colton. That state police helicopter has been circling for about an hour now. It
certainly has.
And you know, they have infrared technology, so if they're looking for someone in a wooded area or somewhat, they could use it for that. The university has canceled all activities for 48 hours. Right. We've got one suspect, and Seth Wells is live in the newsroom with what we're learning right now in the newsroom.
What's up, Seth? Turn on your mic, Seth.
Seth, come on.
No, you got to hit the button on your box. It's on your belt. You got to hit the button on your belt.
It's your big moment.
We had gotten this a little while ago. This is from MSU spokeswoman Emily Garant. She's confirming one fatality from the shooting inside Berkey Hall, which houses the College of Social Science, the Institute for Public Policy and Social Research, and the Department of Sociology. And that's coming from her, so that is confirmed. The one person who was killed was inside Berkey Hall, and that has been the focus of that SWAT team sweep, as we've been showing you live from Cody Butler. I guess we got Seth's microphone worked out there. Seth, what do you have?
Yeah, David, and thank you. So the Detroit News is now reporting that Sparrow Hospital has received 5 victims from this reported shooting on Michigan State University's campus. So that just came into the newsroom moments ago. Our sports team also is working very hard to find out from all of the sports SIDs that cover those teams how their players are doing. We confirm at this time that Mex Carey, the SID for the Michigan State men's basketball team, has confirmed that all of their players have been safe, or marked safe from this incident. So those are 2 developing updates that just came into the newsroom. Of course, we're working to learn more information by the minute, guys.
All right, Seth, thank you. And this is still a very active situation. Now the countdown is to 11 o'clock in that news conference on campus, so that we can learn exactly what the police know at this hour. Cody Butler is on scene. Maybe he has some new information from where he is outside Berkey Hall.
Yeah, and David, I'm outside Berkey Hall where SWAT teams are still inside going room by room. No, it does appear they are on the 3rd floor. I've noticed there are more lights on in classrooms on the 3rd floor. That's where the Institute of Public Policy is located in that building. State Police's helicopter is still flying overhead here, and I did just hear a dog bark. I'll have my photographer follow me because watch your step. This building is also surrounded by police, not only on the inside, but the outside. We have many officers out here around Berkey.
All right, let's go back to the scanner for a second, see if there's anything new.
All right, I put a pin there on Berkey Hall. See that little red dot? So you can see we're in relation to where it started on the bottom right-hand corner of the map, and it's progressed to the top left. That's Berkey that he's in front of now.
For the units in Iron Circle, there's a group of people barricading in the men's locker room on the ground floor, just for your info.
Info. Room 20.
All right, I'm see if I can find a link for the live police briefing.
Won't these guys probably carry it, the NBC affiliate? They'll just flip over to it, right?
That's what I'm counting on. That's why I'm leaving that
There's
up.
only gonna be 3 cameras in that town, and they got to have
15, 1635 on LA North. Were you trying to call me?
It's not a rural town.
Is there an additional RTF group that can meet at Iron Circle to help clear the room?
CS-17 en route.
Okay.
RT4 can go.
Negative.
RTF-11, we have a red Mustang at high rate of speed going westbound, unknown plate.
That's all day, every day.
From where?
Eastbound Auditorium.
Copy. Eastbound Auditorium for a white male.
Ever.
Eastbound from Auditorium, white Mustang, high rates of speed, white male driver, unknown plate.
That was a red Mustang.
Red Mustang.
18 should go to Iron Circle.
Apparently they are pulling people
Copy.
over.
Be advised, we're now getting reports that at Bryan Hall on the 3rd floor, shots heard. Again, Bryan Hall, 3rd floor, shots heard.
Bryan Hall. Can we find that on the map?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's stop sharing him.
All right, so yeah, just throw it up there. So what we had a few minutes ago was the SWAT team had cleared Brody Square. See the Brody Square here? Bryan Hall is part of this. There's sort of like this big square is encircled by what looks like 6 or 7 different smaller dorms. And you can tell on college campuses, when it's buildings, though, you can safely assume those are dorms.
Yeah.
And so this is just one of the many dorms that circle Brody Square, which seems to have like a student meeting center and stuff in it. So if you drop to the ground, because I was looking at this earlier, because the SWAT team just cleared this area. This is the one that is specifically Bryan Hall. See that one where it says Claude Bryan Hall?
Mm-hmm.
So, 4-story, skinny little residential area.
4 shots just now, as well as coming from McDonald Hall again.
More shots being reported from McDonald Hall.
McDonald Hall is nowhere near this. This is the far west side of campus, and McDonald Hall is way this is McDonald. So you can see the spread here.
We're bringing the patient outside.
Yeah, you know,
Brian,
when I say that this is not rural, we're talking about 100 miles outside of Detroit and closer to the Detroit suburbs, but this is also the state capital. You know, Lansing is the capital of Michigan. So we're talking about a very Austin type, Madison, Wisconsin type situation where it's a college town and it's beautiful, but it's actually quite sophisticated because
it's incredibly dense for how small it is.
It's a very sophisticated school.
Looks like there's
and whatever that means. Take that for, however you define sophisticated.
I like my schools, Pug, sophisticated.
Did you guys get an update on a room?
All right, we should be getting a live feed now. Are we switching to the?
I'm still trying to get further. It sounds like PD brought the patient out and left the scene.
All right, let's go back to the live feed.
We did not get any update for Campbell Hall at this time.
Again, we're watching a live feed of the NBC affiliate in Lansing, Michigan.
Can you repeat that?
Okay.
Boston 6-8, we're UTL. Send me next.
Let's see.
Okay, basement and first floor are clear. We're going to be pushing up to level 2. There's multiple people.
All right, we want to head back out to the Henry Center where MSU police have set up a press conference.
Okay. Here we go.
It has not started yet, but we are expecting to learn more. Can we take a live picture?
Yeah, we have our reporter Riley Connell is out there. Hopefully she's monitoring that situation out there with the podium set up for state police.
All of the raw
photographers out there
behind-the-scenes
setting up our
AV
microphone
guy
to
footage.
get the activity. Hopefully they'll be able to tell us a lot more about what's happening out there, if they are still in searching for a shooter. Have they caught the person they believe is responsible for this horror on a Michigan State University campus on this Monday night? Unbelievable situation as it all unfolded. It was hard for us to believe sitting in the newsroom when we heard this all come over the police scanners, and you were the first one to hear it. Active shooter on campus, multiple injuries, and Berkey Hall, 509.
We got a crew out the
address.
door just right away.
Yeah.
You know, it's after what happened last week with Okemos High School, you know, it was a hoax.
Yeah.
But, you know, when we hear that, we go right into action, and we got
And just
Jordan
like
Burrell.
police, just like police, head out to the scene, you know, until they
If it's
tell us
nothing,
otherwise.
Yep, if it's nothing, we'll know when
Can
we
always
get
come
there,
back.
right?
Yeah.
But, you know, unfortunately, this was
Yeah.
not the scene tonight. And but, you know, we're hoping that this news conference, all right, the press are starting now.
All right, here we go.
I'm the communications manager for the Michigan State University Department of Police and Public Safety. Interim Deputy Chief Chris Ross. Because we want to provide you with the most accurate and updated information, we will not be taking questions at this time, but we will provide another update in an hour. So at midnight, same time, same spot, we will be giving you an additional update. Rosman is spelled R-O-Z-M-A-N.
So we are very saddened to report that there has been an incident on the campus of Michigan State University. There has been shots fired and a shooting in multiple locations near campus. Please understand that the information that we're sharing right now is preliminary. Our priority right now is the safety of our students and our campus. The information that we're sharing may change, but we are going to be as transparent as we can and share as much information as we can. But that information may change as it's preliminary. This incident started this evening around 8:18 p.m. at Berkey Hall on campus. We received multiple 911 calls of a shooting inside Berkey Hall. Numerous officers responded. We were quickly on scene within minutes, and there we did locate several victims of a shooting. The incident did move to a building in close proximity, the Michigan State University Union building, where there was another report of a shooting immediately following the first incident. Police and emergency responders acted quickly. We tended to the victims at both of those scenes, and there was an overwhelming law enforcement response to campus to help with this situation. I can confirm that there were at least 5 victims. All 5 victims were transported to the hospital. Some of those victims do have life-threatening injuries. The suspect in this incident, and we believe there to be one suspect, was last seen leaving the MSU Union on foot out of the north side of that building. We are just receiving surveillance footage of that suspect that we will be releasing shortly. Initial information is that the suspect is a black male, shorter in stature, wearing red shoes, a jean jacket, and a ball cap. And we will follow up with additional descriptors of that suspect. Community members on and off campus should remain sheltered in place. We immediately launched our emergency notification system and advised the entire MSU campus to shelter in place as this suspect is still outstanding. For people on campus, Please do not come to campus. I can't say that enough. For parents, we understand. I can only imagine the emotion that's involved right now. It's going to help us, and it's going to help our response, and it's going to help us identify the shooter, the less people that are on campus at this point. Please do not come to campus. We are doing everything we can to ensure the safety of our campus and all of our students. We currently have hundreds of police officers and law enforcement officials, state, local, and federal, on campus working in a coordinated effort to ensure the safety of campus and identify and apprehend the suspect. All campus activities will be canceled for the next 48 hours, including sporting events, classes, and all campus-related activities. Please follow our Twitter page for updates. We are sharing live updates at that location. I can't stress this enough. You're probably hearing a lot of information and misinformation right now from social media, the scanner, calls that we're receiving that are not accurate. We strongly encourage you to follow the accurate information source, and we will continue to provide as many updates and accurate updates as we can. There has been false reports of additional shootings. There has been false reports of the suspect seen in numerous different locations. Those reports are not accurate. Please follow us for accurate information. As I said, we're very early on in this investigation. It remains ongoing, and we are going to continue to meet back here and provide updates on the hour. We wanted to provide as much accurate information as possible right now, and we will continue to do that moving forward. As I said, information is very preliminary at this point, and we are working very hard to gather that information, to accurately get it out to our community, to students, to parents, and to everybody who needs that information. Please know that the safety and security of this campus and our students is our absolute priority at this point. We will meet back here at midnight for an additional update. We will push out some information, including a photograph of the suspect that we just obtained immediately following this briefing. Thank you, and we'll see you back here in an hour.
All right. So here's what we got. This is what we know about what we just heard there. Hold on, let's get rid of this.
Wait, see.
Right now, we're being told parents are streaming toward the Michigan State campus.
All right, screw that. You're right.
Hold on. Let me, I don't, so I got so many windows open. No, I don't want that.
Trying to reunite with their,
there you go.
Unfortunately,
fudge!
There.
I can't get, there we go. Okay. Here's what they just told us. 8:18 tonight. So the scanners for me started going up about an hour after that. This would be 8:18 Eastern time in Michigan. That would be 7:18 our time. I said that I first became aware of it when the scanner started humming at about 8:18, just about an hour later. At 8:18 Eastern time, Berkey Hall, shots fired in the cafeteria. I believe that's what he said. Correct me if I'm wrong, chatters, but I believe he said cafeteria. People were shot there. Officers responded immediately and found several victims at Berkey Hall. The shooter then moved to the MSU Michigan State Union, and there was more shooting. As of right now, the number that they have are 5 victims transported to hospital with life-threatening injuries. That's all they've said about that. 5 victims, life-threatening injuries. They are looking for one suspect at the time. Now, he asked us to, don't get social media saying a lot of stuff, scanners saying a lot of stuff. We're listening to the police scanner. Yeah, they're getting a lot of apparently bogus calls, according to this police officer who just gave this speech. They're looking for a black male, short in stature, wearing red shoes, a jean jacket, and a ball cap. He is still on the loose. They are looking for him at the moment. That's all the information they just gave us there. And again, that comes to us courtesy of the NBC affiliate there in Lansing, Michigan. James?
Okay, so the thing that press conference cleared up for me is that he was very specifically using a suspect. So there's not plural. So all this stuff about there was 2 guys with what might be a gun who were, suspicious individuals, all of those were false.
But that's not what he said. That is not what he said. He said some of them were false. He said something. Now, look, again, I'm not trying to.
Okay, you're right. You're right. No, I appreciate you being totally accurate here. I'm just trying to
little information. He gave so little information that there's a lot of wiggle room there for things to change. That's my read from that guy's very prepared, very specific.
You're making a good point because he didn't come out and say there's just one and only one suspect. I was just noticing the fact that he was using like the indefinite article, like a suspect, and he wasn't using the plural. Many suspects or other suspects or some suspect.
But he did point out what we've been listening to. He did point out the pandemonium that people are responding to that are on the scanners. And he then said that's us. These are our scanners. You're supposed, this is, but we're getting false reports and we have to put those false reports on the scanner. So just because you're hearing them on the scanner doesn't mean that they're right. He didn't say that in so many words, but that's what he was getting.
No, and that's got to be frustrating for him because of the few times I've followed stories like, breaking news stories as they're happening. This is one of the high points of false information on the scanners that I've seen.
I don't think that's true. And I'm being argumentative, but when these things are happening like they're happening right now in real time, where shit's happening, it's just we don't know what's happening. There is always conflicting information. Like there's almost always the call of multiple shooters. I don't know where this comes from, but that must come from civilians who are just freaked out. And they're either intentionally looking to mislead police or they're just scared and freaking out, right? And just not seeing what they think they're seeing. Everybody looks like a potential shooter if you're looking for a shooter.
Do you have a whistle? Can I get you to put on your referee hat? Because Jeff is saying so much for CNN, saying it was a white dude. And then Leslie says, Jeff, did CNN even say that?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not watching CNN, but I don't know that CNN said that. I haven't seen it anywhere. So you got to cite your source there, Jeff.
But this fella from the police department just said it was a black guy, right?
But we've been reporting it's a black. That's the report that has been going out since before we signed on, and it's the same report: short black guy with a red hat and a jean jacket.
But that also confirms the misinformation that was thrown to us from Twitter that it was this guy who didn't look like a black fella. Okay,
so maybe Jeff is a little confused by that. That I don't know that story went out anywhere. I mean, is Stevie Ray Martinez, is he associate producing other shows? Because he gave us that one. See what happens when we trust you people.
Mm-hmm. No, it's worthy to take everyone's suggestion and pursue it. And then if it's a dead end, we'll just admit it's a dead end. It was misinformation. That wasn't.
Look, we're not journalists. I mean, I went to journalism school, but I'm not a journalist. We're not trying to cover this the way a journalist would. We're covering this the way civilians might.
Well, you said something that I didn't hear him necessarily say, but I think you're right, where there's only 2 spots where shots were actually fired, Berkey Hall and then some dining area.
The Union, the MSU Union.
Okay. So here's Berkey. So this is one of the 2 places that it sounds like stuff actually went down and it wasn't some misinformation. So from Berkey to the Student Union, how close is that?
Yeah, I don't know. Where's the Michigan Student Union? Berkey Hall.
All right, there's Berkey.
Can you do the red map? Where you draw the line. Where's Berkey Hall? Did we ever find Berkey Hall?
1136.
There, MSU Student Union over here. This is Berkey Hall. This is a student union.
Okay. Can you do the distance?
1,000 feet. Here's a little meter here.
No, you like draw a red line between the 2 points, and it tells you exactly how far it is. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
How do you do that? Who was doing that earlier? Show me how to do that.
Left click on your mouse, or okay, and it should say distance. Measure distance at the bottom. Okay, click that.
What's here?
Measure distance, the last one. There it is. Click that. Now go to one. Go to Berkey Hall. Click it with the right.
You able to check that?
No, you got to click on it with the right, and then draw the and the line should appear.
West Maple Street. Color sons on unknown subject with a mask. Wearing all black on a child.
Okay, never mind. This is not the time to practice this. It's all right. It's not that important.
Here, pull it up on your map. It looks like about 1,000 feet. I mean, it's not a half a mile. It's not far.
I'll show you clear. It sounds like most of our calls that are in pending are just
Thank you. Someone smarter than me, Kimberly. Berkey Hall Union.
added to our call if they're involved. Other than that, I'm not showing anything much that I can send you to.
What's the location again?
So 2.76 miles, 3 blocks, basically 3 blocks from Berkey Hall to the Union.
Our way. Boston up as well with the 1131, going by 1136. Thank you.
Oh no, 0.276 miles.
Yes, it's nothing.
Shaw Hall East.
That's nothing.
Shaw Hall East at
It's
the
next door.
U. Reports of a black truck and a white sedan out there.
Man, not a good day to be a short black guy on Michigan State's campus, huh?
Nope. Not your best moment.
What was that RTF unit going to Shaw?
Shaw Hall East for the
Battalion 11 from Fire Center.
RTF 17. 1136.
All right, we're still listening.
Battalion 11 from Fire Center.
Can I have you switch to Lansing North, and I'll have you take a call there.
Go ahead on Fireground 6 for Battalion 11.
Rank 38 is the TAC team on the 3rd floor. Bryant, are you guys in comms?
All right.
Someone
Someone from the fire department just called for for a fire response, and they said we're going to need to switch you to a different channel because we're a little busy over here.
Off at the Hub Apartments, 918 East Grand River, right over there by Cedar Village. Just curious how you want us to respond, if you want to do units on scene there or send someone else.
627.
1136, good evening. Really appreciate you guys helping out. You guys can expect the area around 155 Cascade Boulevard at University's Edge. It's got a lot of people.
I hate it when it drops off.
Yeah, hold on. Let me refresh my drink.
Hey, let's pull up this dude's audio.
Clearing it. Yeah, we'll go check the area.
Okay, thank you.
See you there in a second.
Area.
Dispatch report. 10-9, please. Sorry.
1136, be advised. One caller saying there are 3 subjects that were walking back towards the apartment. Carefully log up. They were 877 Henry Route that way.
Peter, 1 second.
877, 10-4.
10-4, thank you. 60.
60.
Pugs, can you switch to the audio of the TV?
Yeah. Well, we got something happening.
We've cleared the floor.
Serious.
Thank you. You know, that surveillance video, I'm imagining, is going to be released at midnight of the suspect walking out of the MSU Union tonight. Again, a short black male is what they're describing him. That remain in shelter. The shelter in place, the police are saying stay where you are. Don't walk around campus. And we are going to head back out to Maureen.
Maureen Halliday, yep. Go ahead, Maureen.
Yeah, David, and we are being told that this, where I am right now, is the Henry Center.
All right, hold on.
This is a safe.
Let me pull this down. April just sent me a picture of the suspect from the surveillance. So we'll stop with that. Here you go. Okay, so this is who we're looking for right here. This is the suspect. Yep. I mean, I don't know. Got no thoughts. Let's see, is there another one? Yeah, we got one more here. All right, here he comes. Okay, so it's a handgun.
Helpful.
It's a
Minimally
handgun.
helpful. Yes, we see that. But dude, anyone who knows this guy's not going to recognize him from this, are they?
Well, no, but for our purposes, it does put to rest all the rumors of people running around with long guns, right? So we now see what the weapon is here. So we know that it's one guy with a handgun. So now it's starting to tighten. The facts are starting to tighten a little bit. I no longer believe that he is a part of some cadre of supervillains, right? It seems like this might be a dude just acting on his own. A handgun, that doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of preparation that goes into that, right? I mean, if he's not wearing Kevlar, he's not wearing, you know what I mean? He doesn't look like a guy who sat in his basement for a year.
He's not in a militia or Antifa or anything organized, right? He's just a dude.
He's just a dude doing some shit. Okay, now what do we got here? Hold on. Oh, this is the worst. Hold on.
Well, I actually came from 1 o'clock. I actually touched downtown in East Lansing around 8:15, and literally like 15 minutes later, I get a bunch of notifications saying that there are shots fired. So as the hours progressed, you see there has been a lot.
Good time for this dude to be wearing a jean jacket like that?
Who is this?
This is a news producer at this station who supposedly witnessed it. He could be the damn shooter.
No kidding.
That's what I'm thinking.
Street where my apartment complex is on Abbott Road. I heard that on the police scanner maybe about 15-20 minutes ago, saying that there was someone circling the apartment or whatever. So this just concerns me. Like, I have been sheltered in place.
What's that?
Play a quick game right now called Dude or Chick.
Gay dude. Yeah, I think that he's
Agreed.
he seems he seems, that's what I told you, man. Sophisticated town. That's very sophisticated. He's a young journo, a young Don Lemon on the make, if you will. A guy with big dreams and big aspirations, and now he's finding himself in the center of a big story. He lives across the street from something. But again, after they show the picture, which this news channel here, the NBC affiliate, they have not yet shown the hold on. Yeah, you're on the live stream, me. What's happening? Me and Parker.
Bro, I thought you were calling me. You said you were going to call.
Well, yeah, but that was before we've got a mass shooting situation that James and I are covering. Are you watching this? There's the picture. By the way, hold on. By the way, there's the picture again. The NBC affiliate is in East Lansing is showing it. Again, we're looking at a black guy. He's got a blue jean jacket. James, how would you describe his look?
It looks like my friend Chris.
Your friend, he looks like all our friends, Chris, right now, right?
That's what Chris dresses like. Yeah, he's got a jean jacket and ridiculous shoelaces sometimes. Cool guy, though. He hasn't murdered anyone.
Let's go live now to our correspondent over in the big house here at the 1%er compound. What's your take on all of this?
He looks like he has man boobs.
Yes, I was going to say that, you son of a bee. I was going to say that, and I didn't think that was appropriate. So leave it to Mr. Inappropriate. Yes, he does. He looks like he's got very large man boobs.
Good call.
Well, I mean, we're just trying to help people identify people that they might know if they're on campus.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're thinking of like who's your possible dorm person, this guy has some man boobs. He's definitely black. I'm a little suspect though that he's the actual shooter. Because where's the rifle that we've heard about?
It's not a rifle. We see the gun. He's got a handgun in his hand.
Where?
Well, did you see both pictures? There's two pictures. There's one that's more close up of his face, and then there's a more distant one where he's walking through the door and he's pulling a gun out of his pocket. James, right?
No.
It's a pistol that we saw, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's a pistol for sure.
Well, I thought we heard a police report of a rifle.
Oh, we did.
We did.
But James,
you're right.
But we've heard police reports about bombs being placed around. We've heard police reports about a cadre of supervillains walking around shooting people.
This is true. Yeah, this is true.
So
yeah,
the police report, we just saw the press conference given by MSU police, and they pretty much narrowed it down. The suspect, give it to you one more time, the suspect that they're looking for is a black male with red shoes, jean jacket, and a ball cap. This all started at 8:18 at Berkey Hall. Officers responded. They found 5 victims at Berkey Hall. The shooting then moved to the Michigan State University Union. There was more shooting there. No report on victims or any numbers or whatever. We've got a total of 5 victims transported to local hospital with life-threatening injuries. The suspect fled on foot, and we're looking for this guy.
So this Lookner guy, this is the guy that you've been talking about, right?
Yeah, but we're not talking about him now because, see, I'm doing a competing stream. So I haven't been, yeah. Get it? All right, go ahead.
I know you're not talking about him now, but I'm watching his whole.
Yes, he broke it.
Pardon?
Yes, he broke it. And what are you watching him for? Me and James are doing a much better job.
Well, because I clued in on YouTube on agenda-free TV.
All right. So what's on your mind? What's going on?
Well, you're the one who fucking told me to tune into it. I'm confused.
Yeah, I guess you did. Are you high right now? Because, things kind of changed 5 minutes after we had that conversation. Don't you remember we were on the phone talking, and then all of a sudden...
What did they change? What the fuck did they change? It's the same thing.
No, we had that conversation before there was a shooting on the Michigan State University. And then I said, I got to go. I'm going to start streaming early. And that's when everything changed. What do you think? We're going to be talking about the Super Bowl? We got a guy running around Michigan State University shooting people. We're not going to talk about the Super Bowl. So you've been watching it, though. What do you think?
That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of this is just this Lookner guy, right?
Okay, we're not talking about that, please. Talk about the story. What are you doing?
I think he's overblowing the story. I think he's like the Troy Dungan of when it's gonna snow. Like the minute he heard there was
okay, we're going because we're not bashing the king of this format. Okay, we're not doing that. I'm sorry you don't enjoy the breaking news coverage the way it's presented on digital media.
I enjoyed it, but I want to point this out.
Thank you, Jeff. Jeff, go ahead, keep plugging them. Yeah, okay, Jeff. It's not me. I'm not plugging them. Yes, April changed over from Lookner. Thank you, appreciate that. All right. I love Lookner. Lookner's great. We should have 1,000.
I said this when he heard that there was shooting at the basketball courts. Remember when he heard that? He immediately went over to the place that they play the friggin' NCAA games, like as if that was like even possible. It wasn't even in any relationship to where the university was, and like in terms of distance, but he was sensationalizing it for the sake of his channel. I get it.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. He's actually the least sensational of all of them, but that's okay.
He's not very correct. He's not very, and then he goes back and he apologizes as if he made a mistake.
Yes, he's fantastic. All right, come on, let's please, Emil. All right, I gotta go because James and I are having a conversation. We're listening to the scanners, we're following it on the maps, and now you're calling in to talk about Lookner. This is like you're calling into the Russ Martin show to talk about the hard line, right? That's not gonna happen. They're not gonna allow that. So, come on. Do you want
trying to talk about him? I thought we were going to talk about the fucking shooting.
Yeah, we are talking about the shooting. All right, hold on. We got a new report here from
Chestnut Road, right by Sparty statue. We're near the bridge.
Hold on.
distance. They're by the north side of campus. In fact, we have seen a multiple variety of police officers coming through from Lansing, Michigan State Police. We have seen Meridian Township Fire Department come on by, East Eaton Township. We have seen Grand Ledge, also police officers out in this direction. Now, we've also seen cars trying to come by over the bridge, but because there are officers blocking that off, they have been told to turn around and go in towards another direction. We also saw a helicopter, like News 10 has told you repeatedly throughout the show, flying over campus. In fact, it is over there right now. You're seeing it fly across. But we will continue to keep you updated here on News 10. Live in East Lansing, Taylor Gattoni, News 10.
All right, Taylor, thanks for pointing out the helicopter that was flying over. That's local coverage from the NBC affiliate in Lansing, Michigan. That's who we've been watching. That we've been stealing their feed all night long. I don't know where James has run off to, but he's run off. There we go. All right, E, any other pearls of wisdom?
Well, I just did see as he was walking in the door how he had the pistol in his hand. So that's definitely incriminating if you're on a college campus.
Now, have you been listening to the police scanner?
I have been listening to that. Uh-huh.
Okay, wait. You've been listening to the police scanner on the Lookner feed? Now look at me mentioning. Yeah. All right. James and I have had the police scanner up as well. The information that these cops have to deal with in the heat of battle is absolutely insane. The 15 shots fired call coming in 5 minutes. They're spreading them out all over. And now we understand that it's just one guy. Who is doing that? What kind of individual? How is it that there are so many individuals? Now, James and I were theorizing that it's either just a crazy person who's a troublemaker, or people are just that scared where everybody looks like a potential shooter. Everybody looks like, that guy looks shady. You see a go ahead.
I get where you're at with that. And I was kind of contemplating the same thing. Like, how are the shots over here and possible over here? And he's highlighting this building over here, and he's highlighting that over there. And the best I could get from that is there is probably like you shoot and then it echoes off of buildings in those campuses.
Yeah, that's why you were hearing the police presence at Hubbard. Is it Hubbard, James? Is that Hubbard Hall? I think that's it. Yeah. You were hearing that was the epicenter of where the police action was. And then you were hearing people from across the courtyard in McDonald Hall saying they were hearing gunshots. Now, that doesn't mean that there are gunshots at McDonald. It means, or could mean, what E just pointed out, that it's just simply the ricochet effect. Gunshots, you can't tell where they come from, especially
that. And there was the other report of that he was seen in the wooded area. And if I'm going in the wooded area there, it's the trees and the landscaping in between dorm room 1, campus building X, Y, Z. I mean, it's like almost a postage stamp of roads around it. And then inside this campus, there's just all these different buildings. And I'm sure if you're rattling off shots, they sound like they could have came from over here or over there. It's kind of hard sometimes to pick that up. Where did it come from?
This is what Churchill called the fog of war. We hear it every time we eavesdrop into the scanner. We hear the fog of war. We hear the panicked calls. We hear the conversations. We hear misinformation or stuff that is later revealed to be misinformation. That's all part of the stew of, a live unfolding news event. I enjoy listening to the scanner because more times than not, you get the information first. But man, James asked me earlier, James, you said, is this typical to have this much? No, this is not typical to have this much false information. As I said, typically this occurs at a target. Typically this occurs, at a, well, God forbid, a school, but you know what I'm saying? Where it's one location, it's one central location. They have that location locked down. This is a major American college campus. I've been to East Lansing many times. James has never been there. Have you ever been to East Lansing? You ever been to MSU?
No, but
it's massive. It's massive. And so hold on. So the idea that you've got somebody in the wind on this campus, this is a far different scenario than a Target shooting or a mall shooting or something like this. This is...
Yeah, I'm with you, but they said that they had hundreds. He was quoted as saying that they had hundreds of police officers on site. And I'm going hundreds of police officers on site, and you still don't have this guy down?
Oh, yeah. Have you seen the videos? We've been watching the videos, man. The police presence is incredible. E, we got to get back to the scanner, and we can't do that when you're on the phone. So if you want to try and you want to go to your studio?
I'm sitting here.
Oh,
Connect on Restream.
Yeah, but can you connect?
I don't know how to do that. I told you to do it
Send him a
earlier.
link.
We're supposed to
Send him a link if you want.
Yeah, send him a link and see if he can link it.
Couldn't do that, so I had to call you because it fucked up your something.
Right. And again, that was before this happened. So everything is changing now. Stay fluid, my man. Okay? Stay fluid. James is going to send you a link to your email.
What's your email?
Oh, fuck. He's
just
got
type.
of them. I sent him an email of this beautiful thing that I wrote that years ago I spent like 2 years writing. He didn't even open it. He didn't even read it. It got bounced back to me. No,
That's
you
the link. Can you send that to him or you want me to send it to him?
I'll send the link. Hold on.
What the fuck? Nothing bounces back. It's like when we had the internet service we would pay for.
Did you get my one pager?
Yes.
It bounced back to me. It said that they were not okay.
We killed the radio station. Yes.
Okay. All right. Then you did get it, but I got it bounced back. I don't know. I sent it to, I guess, some number of your emails.
Is that like when you pay for your internet access account? What was that?
Wait, hang on. Sorry to interrupt. Is April correct? 3 confirmed fatalities?
I don't know. We need to.
I've had one at that last press conference. He just confirmed 1, right?
Right. Yeah. There was 1 confirmed.
Yeah. I've only heard 1. I've not heard 3.
Well,
April's on it. April's
been reliable so far.
April's always reliable. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know that I'm going to have the ability. Hold on. Because his email's so messed up, man. All right. Let's try that one. All right. E, I just sent you a link. See if you can connect with it, okay?
All right. Well, first I got to see if I can get on.
All right. Well, let me hang up with you. Let's go back to the scanner. Let's see if we can find out more about this, and then I'll check back in with you if you can't connect. He calls in. He starts talking about nothing but Steve Lookner, who is our competition. And I'm like, why are you talking about another guy that is doing exactly what Parker? Why are you watching? All right, so I sent him. All right, let's get back into the scanner, see what the latest.
Either Chavez and Larch. Can you switch over to flight main, please?
Business college on the base or Maine.
Go in.
Cesar Chavez and Larch. Caller thinks one suspect is walking around here. No weapons seen, red shoes, and a backpack.
RTF 22. We'll check business house.
Okay.
Victor 2, I'm out.
Victor 2, okay.
RTF 18.
There he is.
There he is.
Mark units available and cover the east side of Emmons Hall.
Hey, Boston 1.
Boston 1.
All right,
You
we hear you.
units where, Amazon?
Hello?
Yep, we hear you.
UTL. You can send us a next call. Can you hear me? No.
Yeah, but you're on the wrong microphone.
Door 1 and 2.
All right, so
I
here's.
don't think the box is even on.
Okay. Wait, go to settings and switch it
Boston 1
to
is
your
going to start for 935 Vincent Court, 935 Vincent Court.
All right, April was right. Here's the update from the MSU Police and Public Safety. There are 3 confirmed fatalities. This is in addition to the 5 victims who have been transported to the hospital. So they're now saying there are 3 dead, 5 still in the hospital. All 5 of those were described as having life-threatening injuries. So as of right now, the latest update, 3 confirmed fatalities in the Michigan State University campus shootings.
Oh, damn.
It's gone up from 3. And this is in addition, they make a point to say, this is in addition to the 5 victims who were originally reported in hospital with life-threatening injuries. So there we have it.
Wow.
All right, E, let's see if we can hear you.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to turn it on.
Yeah, we do. You're fine. Can you hear us back?
No. Not in my headphones, but I don't know if my headphones are.
Well,
I got to
whatever.
see if my headphones are even plugged in, right?
Press S on your keyboard, go under audio, and point the input at the right microphone and the output at the right speakers.
Oh, so not on the old system?
On the Restream window.
Okay, hold on. What about Ed's box?
Yeah, I don't know, but this ain't the time to be monkeying around with it. You sound fine.
All right. Well, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Okay, so but you're not going to be able to hear the scanner and that kind of stuff. But that's
5
all right.
officers, 104.
Well, I can hear the scanner on my own TV here.
And they will remain here with us until copy.
1136. Check on unknown trouble. Grove Park Apartments for male yelling. Ed?
Yep. A-firm, send it.
RTA 21.
Yeah. 10-4, 22 Farrell Street, male yelling.
If you just Barrington, I will position with ES and back to the queen.
So did you hear that?
What's that?
That they've got a guy identified in the neighborhood that's the description of the shooter?
No.
Cops are...
Hold on.
I'm actually going to reroute
Here's
you.
the
We
problem.
got a person on the line saying they saw the subject matching the shooter's description on High Street near McDonald's near Lake Lansing.
All right, High Street, McDonald's near
We'll head that way.
Lansing. Suspect
Copy for
matching the
RTF
description.
1762 is coming out. I need another unit to help clear.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, either problem is that you're listening on a different feed, so there's going to be like a couple of second delay. So you might either be a couple of seconds ahead of us with what you're listening to over there.
It sounds like I'm ahead.
Maybe maybe we're the ones that are behind.
RTF team that can help clear. I am Circle.
That's 13.
We're going to help.
All right, so there's the McDonald's they just referenced. I'll see where it in relation to the rest of the campus.
Okay, so yeah, where is that in relation to?
Okay, so this is the McDonald's.
The STEM building.
McDonald
Yeah,
Hall,
the unit of the
Owen
STEM
Hall, Holmes, Acres, Hubbard. Remember all that when it first started?
Right.
The actual shooting was at Berkey, which is right here. And the other shooting was at the student union, which is over here. So they're just on 43 from each other, and this is where the latest action was in McDonald's that you just heard on the scanner.
That's 13.
That's 13.
P4, they're next to set.
RT1's holding at how we can be mobile if needed.
All right, we're 15 minutes away from the.
Yeah, I'm checking on the area. 4804 South Penn, 4804 South Penn for suspicious person.
You know, the other thing is, he looks pretty calm and collected.
Well, oh, are you watching the video now? Have they released the video? Because all we've seen are the still photos.
Well, they are still photos, but just even his does not look panicked.
Well,
how can
what do
you tell?
How can you tell from a still photo whether he looks
Because
panicked?
there would be some looking like he's running motion. There's not. You don't pick up anything about those two photos that he's in high speed motion. Like, I don't see anything that makes me look like this guy has got his legs or his body in a spot like he's traveling at a fast rate of speed. Does that make any sense?
Well, I mean, it looks like he's walking through a door and up steps. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know. I can't read anything more into it. We will know more.
But he doesn't look very bent over. Like, he doesn't look like he's keeping his profile low to run up the stairs.
Well, they gave us two. What is? Okay, all right.
I hear it. Look, that's valid.
They gave us two pictures from what could be a series of 100 photos.
Right.
You know what I
But
mean?
if I'm going up those stairs in a hurry, I've got an incline to me. I'm not straight up like strutting.
Well, yeah.
You don't catch a photo of me, even though it's a random shot of, oh, well, here's where I stood up so you could take a shot of me. So I didn't look like I was running up the stairs.
Leslie agrees with you.
There. Sorry about your luck there.
I know, same time.
Were we both going for yeah. All right.
Your little scanner, bro. Throw the scanner back in there.
Area 1553 North High, black male, jean jacket, black pants, red shoes, walking Lake Lansing on High Street.
Oh, that's him.
Shooter.
description?
Well, yeah, according, I mean, but the description's out there, so now the fake call.
Jean jacket and red shoes. Who the hell's got a jean jacket and red shoes?
Hold on, yes, but we have to be aware that now that the description is out there, the fake calls will also include the fake description or the description that's out there, right? So just because someone's calling in saying they see him, and now they're describing what's publicly now, you know, what we know, you know. Well, yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope it's him. But how is this guy? How is this guy not in the ground? What I mean in that is, how is he out walking around? You know what I mean?
How has he gotten past 200 soldiers on the ground that are looking for him like that? Makes no sense.
Yeah, it also makes zero sense that he would still be out walking around unless he's still trying to kill people. And we haven't heard any reports of any confirmed shootings other than the ones at the first.
I mean, for all we know, he got pissed off in the drive-through line and pop, 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 and then went down somewhere else and pop, 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 and then jumped out of his car and is trying to get away.
Well, we know.
Look, we're in a situation where we don't have all the information, and so of course this is necessarily just almost blind speculation here.
100%.
But let's go ahead and start, you know, spitballing it out there. Is this some premeditated thing, or is this a crime of passion where some guy just got rejected for the last time and he's going to take it out on whoever's in front of him? Or
well, look, those who listen to these with me know that I have two categories. I have the I'm going to kill everybody because I hate my life and I hate the world guy. You know, that's the guy who walks into the mall and just starts randomly shooting people. And then there is the common crime that gets overblown and it's a bad situation. Is this, is this a lover's quarrel? Is this a domestic? Did he go there looking specifically for, as E pointed, or was it E who pointed out the girlfriend thing, or was that? I don't remember. I'm listening to like a whole bunch of things. So I still have not been able to make a determination as to what I even think this is. Is this just some guy going, I want to create mayhem and slaughter people? Or is it a guy going, I told you, motherfucker, I was going to kill you, right? Like, so which is it? I still don't know. Typically, this far in, I have a good grasp of that. And I can say, I think this feels like, I don't know what this feels like.
It doesn't feel right because it's a black guy. I assumed it would be a white guy in a mass shooting. Like, this is the first time that really a black guy has entered into the equation of a mass shooting, with the exception of the Dallas cops. The guy who shot the Dallas cops.
DC snipers, the dude at the mall in Utah. There's been a few, and it's
not many.
Nah, he's right.
Proportion with their population.
Look, I'm mad at the world gun kill as many people as I want is the domain almost exclusively of the white guy. Yes, you can find a couple of examples that disprove the rule. But what isn't the domain of the white guy is the motherfucker, I said I was going to shoot you if you talk to my girl. That's almost always, you know, in an inner city thing, a backyard picnic, a barbecue where cars go, you know, drive-bys. Guys just light up 15 people in a park. That's not, you know what I mean? That's the other kind of category that I put it in. I don't know what this is. I don't know. Do you guys have any inkling as to whether or not this is a crime of passion, a domestic, or is this just a guy who's sick of the world and wants to create mayhem?
I'm looking at this feed again, and as the door's open and he's kind of sticking that pistol, it looks like, in his pocket, he does not look like he's hurried up the stairs. So to me, this seems to be a guy that's pretty resolved to the fact that he's doing this in kind of his own slow motion way. I mean, to me, he just feels like he's pretty confident going up those stairs.
Okay, we're looking at it now.
He's not in a hurry.
I don't know how you can tell. I guess his stride would
right.
suggest-
The distance of his feet that are apart from each other, and the action that they're engaged in, along with his upper body, do not speak to me of somebody that's sprinting.
E, do you see the picture here? Do you see the gun in his right hand?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so
that seems to be, he's trying now, once he's come into the door, to put it out of sight, which it then seems like happens as he gets further up the steps.
Is he putting it out of sight or is he pulling it out of his pocket, James?
Yeah, I think it was out of sight, and now that he is out of the prying eyes of the general public, he's getting ready for action. So that tells me this is not.
You think it's the reverse? You think that he was hiding as he was going up the stairwell, and then he's poking people off from up top the building somewhere?
I think he's walking into the building, pulling the gun out of his pocket. That's what I think he's doing.
Not saying I've done a whole lot of crime, but if I were to do it, I would take it out of the console of my truck. I would stash it in whatever pocket I'm going to take it through the parking lot, and then when I get into whatever building where the action is happening, I would withdraw.
And I'm coming at it from the other angle. I'm coming at it from, you don't know where I've been. I've been out there in the wilderness of the dark, underneath in the trees and the woods like we heard, and I've been shooting out there. If I'm running down the hallway in my dorm room, because I don't see this photo here when he's up there. I don't see.
I don't understand the scenario where he would be squeezing off rounds in the woods next to the campus. Where does that come from?
Well, because everybody heard the gunshots outside.
Yeah, but you would have no reason to just go out in the woods.
This to me seems like he's coming back in the dorm building, up some student escalator or some student steps to get back to his dorm, and they don't know what he looks like because that's why they haven't figured out who the fuck he is, with having 200 cops there and all those kids in the dorms. I don't know who to tell you this kid is. I can't tell you. He's black, and he's got a coat that looks like that and shoes that look like that. But short of that, he could be in any one of those dorm rooms.
Doesn't seem to have much fashion sense. He seems to be.
Well, but that could be intentional. He's never going to fucking have that on again.
Well, now there you go. That's what I said earlier before you came on with us when we first saw the picture. When I say I have the two categories, this guy does not seem like, as James says, as someone who's been planning this for a year. He isn't wearing the Kevlar. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the long gun. He's got a pistol. That's probably more accessible. It's probably already had the pistol.
Well, and the word you're looking for, the adjective that delineates this is the word tactical. There's no tactical vest. That's not a tactical gun. He's not wearing tactical gear. There's aren't tactical boots. This isn't some guy who's, dreamed about being in some militia his whole life, or
exactly.
That would be someone like me that's like a libertarian nut job who thinks, he's going to overthrow the government or something. He's not one of those dudes.
And obviously he's been on the run now for well over 3 hours. There would have been plenty of opportunities for him to create more mayhem, and it doesn't seem like he has. That is
my thoughts on that are similar to the Boston Marathon bombers. They did want to go out and create mayhem and kill as many people as they did, but after the initial burst of violence, they were more concerned about keeping a low profile rather than, making more mayhem across the this population of people that they wanted to make suffer.
Subject down.
Yep. Hold on.
Can you go to the TV?
Yep. Hold on.
Thank you, Steve.
I was just seeing that as Steve.
Berkey Hall heading towards Grand River Avenue. Grand River Avenue is shut down through downtown East Lansing. We've had parents come through, try and check on their kids. Police are still advising to stay away from campus because they still don't have the shooting suspect in custody. They're not letting anyone walk along Grand River in downtown East Lansing. A couple hours ago, I've been out
Steve
here.
Steve is reporting that.
This general area of Berkey
So if Steve heard that on the scanner, we need to go over there. So the guy was approached, that was matching the description, and he shot himself when he was approached. That's according to Steve.
So yeah, we still have large multi-county.
It looks like right in the middle.
Found a subject who matched the description. When they made a approach, he shot himself. I don't know if it's related, but it matched the description.
Okay.
That's exactly what Steve said.
There we have it. All right, so they don't even have it yet.
Richard 2, looks like he's self-inflicted. Wait for a couple more to come on the clear. Wind read.
Let's I'm clear. Being around. Hold up. 347 Lansing Township. Go up there to this. Do you have a mobile RTF team? Get up there.
Is there a mobile RTF team? Guys, Lansing is out with a subject at Lake Lansing at large. Subject matching the accused description. Clear 2350.
16 we're mobile, we'll go. 16 we're mobile, we'll go. So on, we're about to pull up.
Okay.
So he confirmed he killed himself.
How does it say for him to come in?
Not confirmed.
Officer badge 784, Officer Payne with Meridian Township for your welfare. Officer badge 784,
I
Officer
think
Payne.
we're obligated once he's killed himself to not waste our time on him.
Trying, run right.
5-10-9. You guys. Copy.
Dispatcher 493, I sent the email to both you, 484, and 482.
1635, sir, medic.
Medic friend, Rouse, he conscious, breathing. What's the status?
1136, he's not moving.
Clear, male not moving. PSW the head.
You're cool, she. Yes, civilian. I'm sorry, I was gonna get a hold of Mercy.
DOA here.
Clear on that, possibly a DOA. Medic's going to come in.
247, let MSP know they've got RTF3 heading that
He's
way.
dead. That's the end of it.
Yep, starting CPR, send medics.
Incident Command K902 from FSD K902. I'm in that way as well. 147 with Clancy Road right
It's
now.
over. Like, we're not.
Hang on, man.
Clear, fire, recovered.
Dude, I'm going to silence you. We're trying to listen.
Yeah,
You're not
one
hearing
that
what
way as
we're
well.
hearing. Shh.
I heard it.
Please slow down.
He's dead.
Clear, all units can slow it down. Still doing CPR.
Clear, thank you.
Second firearm in the backpack.
Does he not get that
Clear,
you
second
can't
firearm in the
hear what
backpack.
we're hearing and we're trying to
1136.
listen?
Again, this is going to be, he's got a jean jacket, black pants, and red shoes on.
Clear, jean jacket, black pants, red shoes.
We got no pulse still.
Clear, no pulse, continuing CPR.
Paul 21.
James,
Clear, message.
look up.
Paul 21.
Look up.
Multiple pistol magazines in the backpack as well.
Look up what?
Evacuating 30 individuals from Spartan Stadium.
Lake Lansing and North Larch Street.
Copy, evacuating 30 people from Spartan Stadium.
Larch Street.
Slow it down.
Yeah, Larch Street.
Got it.
You guys have to come in from northeast.
Clear on that.
Lock down that area for them so they can do their work. We're going on. That's 13. We're going to need a rope block off.
Clear, badge 6, Lansing badge 6, block off Lake Lansing and Larch, please. Press 151, we're on scene with that. Clear.
Trooper 6, they want to shut down High Street and Lake Lansing, in addition to East Street and Lake Lansing, or all the way out to Cedar. That should work.
All right, so
877, this is all taken care of here. We're gonna.
You want to start for Lake Lansing and Larch? Lake Lansing and Larch, we need help blocking off the road.
Is that where they got him?
yeah, that's why I asked you
Okay.
to pull.
So that's how far away it is here. That red dot up there, that pin, is this location that they're reporting him dead. And you can see at the lower right-hand corner of that map is where Michigan State campus is.
You guys give me an address that you're in front of.
He had an extra gun in his backpack along with all lanes closed.
Boston 1. 10-4, it's going to be room 328. Room 328.
4.14 miles away from the initial shooting site. Can y'all see that? 4 miles.
Yeah, here, let me go into the.
All lanes closed.
What did Chem had? Clear on that. Chemistry link 578 South Shaw. 578 South Shaw. Room.
Okay, this is
28 for a medical assist.
this is Lake Lansing and Larch. This is where he approached.
Lake Lansing and Larch. We have an open pathway.
Clear. Is there any need to return this 6-8 Gunson? 568 Gun. We have a fighting that there's a copy. 13. Anyone here who's over there?
I mean, like, can you imagine that's where you're taking your last breaths of life because you tried to kill a bunch of people? Like
Copy, thank you. It's going to be 568
Whatever.
Gunson. They think someone's in the house. That's the only information.
Guy in
I
the
have.
parking lot of a Domino's in East Lansing, Michigan.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, and you don't even know why now. Like, gonna leave a manifesto?
No, he just got mad that someone broke up with him, and he'll show
Yeah.
her.
Honestly, that's what this is starting to seem like.
It's the scary part about there's a reason why all these psychos or so many of these psychos do their killings when they're so young is because that's just the first chance they get, and there's no other way to weed some of these people out of society but wait until they kill a bunch of people before you can throw them in prison.
RTF 3. RTF 3. Boston 68. We are clear. All Marine.
Yeah, like he's now reporting possible DOA.
Phone
Dude
number
has been in prison for the last 10 minutes.
Oh,
and
she
he got there and said he wasn't moving.
Who is it?
Thank you.
In journalism, you can't just say what he's comfortable saying, okay? I mean, you understand that there are some people who have a degree of professionalism when it comes to covering news stories. How easy would it be to just brain fart every little piece of information that you think is happening in the moment? Just, God, give them a break. CNN's not even covering it. The local news hasn't even announced it yet. Here, so let's go back to check out the local news.
I'm just saying, there's a few calls you can make quicker than he's making them.
Have been on scene, that helicopter, but we're going to continue to give you updates of what we're seeing right now on campus. It appears to be pretty quiet with where I am currently on the near IM East, but that was not the case earlier tonight. But if we do get any new updates, I actually see a MSU police car not too far from us now going through the intersection, but does not have its lights on, but it is driving through that intersection there. But if we do see anything new or get any new information, we'll of course let you know. But for now, live on MSU's campus, Colton Sikoraki, News 10.
Oh, you'll have
and that breaking news banner at the bottom there tells the story. 3 confirmed dead, 5 injured.
Wow.
And that's the tragedy of this tonight as this active shooter situation continues to unfold across the Michigan State University campus. The 5 injured taken to Sparrow Hospital tonight. Some are in grave condition, serious condition.
Multiple sources of confirmation. You can't just
Deanna Giles is right now.
I listened to the fucking communication between the 911 operator and the guy that was standing over top of him.
You don't know how often that stuff is wrong. And Pug and I have said in front of 80,000
media director at
information
Sparrow, and he
that
was
was wrong.
unable
It's
to
really embarrassing.
Just that's what we're not saying. This information is wrong. What we're explaining is why other people aren't reporting. Where'd he go? Did we lose him? He there? There he
He's
is.
right there. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't see him in there. Okay. All right, hold on. So let's wait and see how long it takes traditional media to report what the internet is already running.
Oh, so you're just trying to figure out how much faster you are than
All
the
right,
rest of the
Deanna,
world.
thank you. We have Maureen Halliday over at the Henry Center on campus, on the south end of campus, where she assures me it is safe to be. They have the media converging there in a room where MSU police have set up a...
So, James, you'll back me up on this. They're not going to go. Traditional media, mainstream media, is not going to go with the story that he's dead until they get it from a police source, until they get it from an official source. They're not just going to go with the scanner traffic. I mean, in the first press conference, he said, don't listen to what you're hearing on the scanner because a lot of it is wrong.
No,
right,
and,
James?
look, and once you've been in one of those situations, you understand why these people on TV sound like such idiots all the time. Allegedly, reportedly, whatever qualifiers they have to put on it, because a lot of times when you're reporting 1,000 stories, if you get 1% of them wrong, that's like what, 10 stories? That's all people are going to remember about you, is what an idiot you are and how you get everything wrong and how you're so stupid. And it's beyond just sort of a credibility, sort of vanity play, and the fact that there are lawsuits that happen from this all the time that never get reported. I've worked at radio stations, and every time we've been sued for one of these, it never made the news. But my station just had to pay out like $10,000 or $5,000 just to make the lawyer go away. And so there are
doing TV news in New Orleans. Did you ever get a story wrong?
Yes, absolutely. It's horribly embarrassing. There was a story we got wrong about a local shooting, a local stalking case in New Orleans. And because the guy wasn't really stalking, there was a corrupt judge that fed the media information that was wrong. Everyone who reported that he was a stalker got a letter from a lawyer, and they all had to pay him off. Every TV station, every radio station that reported on that story had to pay off this dude. but it never made it in the newspaper. It didn't make it on any of the TV stations because they don't want you to know when they screw up and have to pay out the ass to someone that they screwed over. And so there's a big financial incentive, legal incentive.
And that's where this all began. 8:18 on the
stuff.
We are now 7 minutes past the time that they said they would be doing their second press briefing. I imagine if the shooter is dead, as we heard on the scanner, that's probably the reason for the delay.
Right. And we were promised at this next press conference that the identity of the shooter was going to be revealed. And now that they have resolved that issue a little further, they're just prepping the obituary on this dude, basically.
Into the front door, if my photographer can kind of see that we have seen some activity coming in and out. We saw someone come out, then head back in there earlier. We do know that the SWAT team went inside. They have not come out since. They've made it up to the 4th floor, it appears. All the lights are on all those classrooms. They're on the 3rd and 4th floors. You can see several lights on the 2nd floor as well. A helicopter flying overhead. It's been a while since I've actually seen it, but I heard that there were 2 helicopters now on circling campus. There's one over there to the west side, kind of flying south.
We don't need the helicopter updates.
Helicopter has been circling campus all night, helping police
This
look
guy's
for
like an hour behind, or he's just fluffing.
shut down Grand River.
Rebecca reports the press conference was pushed back 20 minutes, so that means we're now 13 minutes away from it. Thank you, Rebecca.
That's an indicator that something has changed between the scheduled time and the new time.
I wonder what that is.
Yeah, he very well may be dead, Emil. You're right.
You're right, but your reasoning, well,
you haven't been sued, and you haven't had your managers call a meeting because you got sued
Well,
again.
I don't think people are pretending to be the 911 operator and pretending to be the officer at the scene, examining the fact that he has no pulse.
No, it doesn't matter if you don't say the adverb allegedly in front of it. You're getting sued.
There's just a connection that he's not seeing that we're saying, and it happens all the time with me and him. So I'm just
I get what you're saying. I'm saying the probability that I'm wrong is minuscule. Zero. Zip.
Hold on. Let me see.
We got you, Jack. That's where we're at.
Hold on. I am looking for anything official. As soon as we see an official news source.
What is EOE? This Seth dude is obviously EOE. What is that one?
What is it?
See the comment on the screen I just pulled up from Jeff. This Seth
EOE.
dude is obviously EOE. I don't know what that means.
No. You know what EOE means? I don't know what that means.
We're all skeptical of Seth's ability as a journalist, though.
Seth had his big moment, and he forgot to turn his mic on. So, you get one shot at this, Seth.
Equal opportunity employment.
That's EEO. Wait, equal opportunity.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Equal opportunity employment.
No, I thought it was
EOE.
Equal employment opportunity. Whatever. That wasn't a charity case. He just forgot to turn his box on.
Man, I am just furiously refreshing the latest, and there is nothing credible. Nobody credible has said anything yet. And what are we, 20 minutes now since 15 minutes since that came out?
Are you saying that I'm not credible? I said he was dead 20 minutes ago.
You're probably right. Okay.
We all heard it. We're just right now creating the journalistic stew. We're explaining why it is taking so long for this to be confirmed by credible news sources, because they, in fact, are credible, whereas you are not. So
because they're waiting on the people that we just heard call him dead to tell them personally that he's dead.
They didn't hear that? Do you think that news producers in East Lansing aren't listening to the same scanner that we are? I mean, how do you think this
They're
is
in
done?
East Lansing. That should just give you enough right there.
I don't even
I
know what
don't
that
have a
means.
strong opinion on the journalistic integrity of random people in East Lansing.
are we hearing? Let's see if there's anything new on the scan.
Still at STEM. Do you want people to evacuate? They're calling 911 thinking that they need to.
Nah,
They need to run away from a dead man.
yeah, exactly. No, I'm with you now.
We just moved 10 from the Union to the Pavilion. Are there more?
So I'm seeing something totally unconfirmed, but it's it says a name. Suspect is a 22-year-old, and then it says his name. 5'7", 287 pounds.
I told you I saw the man boobs. I told you I saw the man boobs.
You did.
Good call. Good call. You
Another
get credit
call.
for that.
So did I. I just didn't think this was the format for us to be talking about those things. But okay, we bring Ian, and all of a sudden we're making fun of a mass shooting because we're soulless fucks.
This guy goes on a mass shooting. He's like, how fat is this guy? God.
We're having real interesting conversations, James and I, and we're covering it, and it's exciting, and it's interesting, and it's frightening, and it's all
Are
of
you
these
telling
things.
me it's too soon?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's bad taste. But whatever, you know.
I mean, I did not ask to participate in this. You asked me to participate in this.
No, I asked you to participate in the 9 o'clock Pugs and Parker show where we were going to talk about the Super Bowl and stuff.
No, you said you were going to talk about the mass shooting. You told me to get on, and I got on, and I started watching. I wouldn't watch this guy normally.
We
we were in the middle of a we can't. I don't want to litigate this, but you might be right.
Him. We did. We asked him. We're like, come on with this, man. Don't just call in. We'll send you a link. No. He's
talking about. I'm saying prior to me talking to you, before he went on the air, I was talking to him, and he goes, "Tune into this and watch this thing, and then I'll call you, because you can't call in because if Parker and I are on, there's a signal drop if there's three of us on." That's what he said.
Jeff has a question for you. You up there in your man cave telling on yourself.
What? My lighter?
Yeah. You seem a little relaxed, is I guess what Jeff is trying to say.
Do you have a fireplace in your bedroom?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, my cigar?
Oh, maybe he has a lot of candles. He has candles.
Yeah. There you go. Cigars. That's right. Cigars. He's got cigars.
Sure it is tobacco. That's for sure. All right. So look here.
Hold on. We're hearing something right now. Hold on. Let me pull this up.
What are they going to tell us he's dead now?
I have to tell you, I have a nephew on campus who's on the golf team, and we have a family text going here, and he feels very scared being on campus tonight. You got to imagine these students.
I can't even
They've
imagine.
been sheltering in place for 4 hours now, and really are learning.
All right, that's enough of that.
All right.
He's complaining that they've been sheltering in place for 4 hours.
They've never been through anything. This is a guy on the golf team at Michigan State. This is the biggest adversity he's ever faced in his life.
She's talking about her nephew who's been sheltering in place for 4 hours and how scared he is. I didn't get complaining from that. She's trying to convey her own personal knowledge of what these students on campus
They've been under dorm lock or whatever for 4 hours. I'm like, yeah, they're still alive. Like, that's a big problem.
It's true.
Big-hearted E, huh?
Fucking, what do you do with this?
What do you write cards for Hallmark in your spare time? You're still alive.
Could you imagine if we weren't on a stream and we were like on a regular radio station and he's offering this stuff? We'd be fired immediately and never work again. No boundaries, no barriers, no nothing.
Yeah,
no gutter balls from me, just pure strikes right down the middle. With
all right, look, we've been through this enough. We know. Here's the next question that everyone needs to be asking now: is motive?
We're having way too much fun. Seriously, I know that it's a nice distraction, now suddenly because this is truly horrifying, but this is.
Wildly speculate for me on the motive, guys. What do you think is going on here? Is this a crazy guy, some psychopath who hates the world and wants to light a match to see the world burn? Or was he specifically pissed that some girlfriend broke up with him, so he's just going to kill her and everyone around her? What?
Take it.
I think it's got something to do with work. They're somehow being slighted by somebody on campus. There's some emotion here that's been brewing for a little bit.
You know what? That kind of feels like the Boise State situation where that didn't just happen overnight. That dude was brewing for a while and it just kind of volcano exploded. Right? Is that the feeling we get? I don't know. That's
what I'm feeling. I'm feeling because it's like he traveled around an area without any kind. I mean, 5 victims in that long a period of time that you're MIA. You're not intending on killing a bunch of people, in my opinion, because you would have went down in a blaze of glory versus just shooting yourself when somebody walks up to you and thinks you're the suspect.
Here's what I think. I think he's 5'7", almost 300 pounds. He's 22 years old. He's on campus. He might be a student. I don't know. I'm assuming that he is a student because he seemed to have access to the union. You can't just walk into those places if you ever walked around a campus. I think that maybe people were mean to him, one of those kinds of deals. And I think he may have just snapped. He's 5'7". Look, he's 5'7", 287 pounds, right? That tells me that he probably doesn't have a lot of friends. That tells me that he might be a little awkward, that he might feel like he doesn't fit in. 22, though. I mean, how long has he been at this school, right? Has he been there all 4 years, or is he a new student there? I don't know. James, what do you think?
I think this is a guy who hates the world, sort of. Like, I've already seen several comments referring to incels. I don't know if he's an incel or not, but sort of that same genre of society where there are people who, if you have empath issues, if you're a sociopath or psychopath, that this is the little span of your life where that stuff's going to bear itself out, because this is when you find out as a psychopath you're not the cool kid. You're never going to be the cool kid. You're never.
Is that a black guy thing? No. Incels, I thought incels were white guys.
Well, incels are dominated by white guys, but that's only because we dominate the population. This is like a first world issue. Incels a big issue in like China and Japan as well, but it's just a natural demographic result of having more men than women. It's a big deal in China, but here it's just, the old statistics about how 90% of the women are going after 10% of the men and 90% of the men are going after 10% of the women. And if you're not in that top 10%, life's really tough. And so for the people in that bottom 10%, this is what their life is. If you have no hope of ever finding the love of your life, and the only people that have ever been interested in dating you find absolutely abhorrent, and you don't have the self-awareness to realize that you're a disgusting human being yourself and you need to improve yourself if you want better options. These people blame the outside world rather than themselves, and it sort of drives that psychopathic hate. And American Psycho wasn't too far off. That really is sort of the mindset where these people can just tizzy themselves up into a murderous rage over light and trifling causes to the outside world. So it probably is that this guy was interested in a girl and got turned down for the last time, and so now this is his way out. He's just going to go out shooting, and he's going to inflict all the pain and suffering that he's been feeling internally as much as he can on the outside world before he says goodbye.
Neither the Michigan State Police and Public Safety account or the MSU Police account are confirming what we heard a good 20 minutes or so now on the scanner, which was that the shooter was approached by police or someone matching the description of the shooter. He then pulled a gun and killed himself. Shot himself. We don't know. We don't know anything more.
Yeah, he doesn't have a pulse and he hasn't moved in the last half hour, but he may not have killed himself.
What's the point? What's the point of that? I mean,
Angle hasn't reported on a story where it turns out that a cop shot him first, or he didn't shoot himself, or no.
That's what I like about Emil. He's going with the absolute first thing that he heard, and no matter what changes.
I'm not going with the first thing I've heard. I'm going with the first credible thing I heard. There's a difference.
No, and look, 95% of the time, if you do go with your gut instinct on the first credible thing you heard, you're going to be right. but Emil just hasn't gone out and just embarrassed himself publicly by making these speculations.
No, the point is that I don't care because I'm not doing this for a living. Like they're listening to me. They're listening to me as a fucking bonus here at their own fucking risk.
He doesn't care, and we're listening at our own risk because he is not a serious person. He does not want to be taken seriously. He is just
I'm very serious. I'm just not found to be serious.
Well, just not in this situation.
That's the difference. The
MSU police scheduled for an update at 11 o'clock. Then it's been pushed to 12:20. We're now 2 minutes past that. We're still waiting. There is nobody apparently there. It's an empty stage with a camera, and the press is gathered. But again, 12 o'clock Eastern time, which was 11 o'clock our time, was when the second press conference was scheduled. They pushed that to 11:20, and now it's 11:22, and there's still nobody on the scene.
Those shoes to me in this picture as he's going up the stairs seem to me, if a man were going to make a statement on his way out, you'd be having to pick some kind of item of clothing. And that seems to be the one drawing the most attention to him, are the color of the sneakers.
Just the shoelaces.
Yeah. No, it's the whole shoe.
It looks like maybe it looks like, yeah, it is. It's red. It's a black shoe with red laces and looks like a red tongue. But yeah, that's
no one cares if you're wearing throwback Jordans, dude. That's
kind of what it looks like he's wearing. Throwback Jordans.
Like those are his statement going out shoes.
Gonna die in his Jordans. Gonna die in his Jordans.
Because I mean, he doesn't look very fashion forward.
No, he looks ridiculous. That's like, who would wear your grandpa, your uncle might wear a denim hat with a denim jacket.
Well, what's the specs on this guy? Did you say 5'7", 2?
Reportedly 5'7", 287 pounds.
Woo.
Yeah,
stout fella, man. He's a tree trunk.
Yeah, that's what. And I can tell you as a heavy guy that if you don't have a personality or an ability to overcome these shortcomings, it could be difficult. He might be one of those types. Just feels bullied, and in that case, I mean, does that mean it's more likely that this is targeted or just random? Like, is he just a random chaos merchant?
Well, there's that hybrid. The incel movement is that hybrid movement. It's not necessarily random in the fact that they're going out and picking a total stranger, but it is sort of random in the fact that this woman that they may just be mere acquaintances with becomes the avatar for all of this hatred that they have for women in general. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh boy, what are we looking at here? Still nothing official from any of the Michigan news bureaus.
Michigan State University shooter found dead.
Where does it say that?
What station?
On what?
On Lookner.
Oh. See what I mean? There's a disconnect that he doesn't get. That's just, we are looking for an established legacy media or local authorities to confirm.
Yes, it was the Michigan newspaper.
That is not a confirmation.
An article.
A Michigan
headline.
Okay. Detroit Free Press. Who?
Something. One of those. He just showed it.
All right. That's important. That is very important. Okay, so he found. There you go. He probably found a
Michigan State Fox 2 Detroit. Michigan State University found.
There you go.
All right, so somebody has now confirmed, and now a number of other groups are running with it. Let's see if we can find that. Anybody in the chat room have that? Send it to me if you can.
I'm reading it.
No. See, he doesn't get it. He doesn't get that. It's just not the fucking
press conference. Kathy says press conference started.
Press conference.
Listen to Kathy.
Oh my God, this is exhausting. It's like triple reporting the same thing.
I know, we're sitting here totally still talking. This is exhausting. It's like we're laying bricks over here.
All right, the local station does not have the press conference.
Thank you. We can just do this now.
What's that? What did he do? Did he leave?
Well, he walked away, so I turned his camera down.
Okay. All right, Kathy, where are you seeing the press conference? Because I've been following it on the local news out of East Lansing. And now we can't. Oh, okay. So it looks like here it comes. All right, let's watch this. Let's see now. We get some.
I'll just mute him.
Here we go.
We're going to go ahead and get started. Good afternoon, or good evening, excuse me. I'm Marlon Lynch, Vice President for Public Safety, Chief of Police here at Michigan State University.
I'm Marlon.
Tragic series of events that have occurred here this evening. But we've had a tremendous amount of support from our community, to include our law enforcement partners who are here with me at the moment as well. Standing at the far right, we have Ingham County Prosecutor John Dwayne. Next to him, we have Sheriff Scott Wigglesworth, Special Agent in Charge of the FBI, Jim Taraska, and you've already met Deputy Chief Chris Rosman. Wanted to thank you for coming to share us as we update our community in regards to tonight's events. We will get directly to the most recent update with that, and then we'll have comment and questions.
Thank you, Chief. Again, Chris Rosman, Deputy Chief with Michigan State University Police and Public Safety. So we start tonight by sharing an important update. And that update is the suspect in this incident was located outside of the MSU campus. And it does appear that that suspect has died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It is confirmed that he is deceased. This truly has been a nightmare that we are living tonight, but we have remained laser focused on the safety of our campus, our students, and the surrounding community. We are relieved to no longer have an active threat on campus, while we realize that there is so much healing that will need to take place after this. Again, to reiterate the update, there is no longer a threat to campus. We believe there to only be one shooter in this incident, and there is no longer a need to shelter in place on campus. There is no longer a threat on campus. We are sad to report that there have been 3 confirmed fatalities. This is in addition to the 5 victims who were injured and transported to the hospital. Some of those 5 victims still have life-threatening injuries. Out of respect for the families, and while we continue our active investigation, we cannot confirm any personal information about any of the victims at this time. Again, we want to reiterate to everybody that we know there is a lot of information that's being shared on social media and being said on the scanner. Please continue to get your information from us. We are committed to sharing timely and transparent information. Our hearts are with those who have been affected by this senseless act of violence. Giving an update like this is never easy. As a father, I can only imagine how parents are feeling right now. This will be the beginning of a long healing process for everyone who has been affected.
All right. I don't think we
that
need
is the
to,
initial.
Right. So we got that.
That is heartbreaking stuff, man.
There you go. We have no information on the victims. 3 confirmed dead, 5 still in the hospital. Initially reported as being with life-threatening injuries. So we'll see.
Yeah, you know what sounds really stupid right now? Hey, so how was that Super Bowl last night? Did you like that halftime show? Wasn't that a great comeback? Just that none of that's important, is it?
Hey, you want to talk some UFOs? We're being invaded.
I'm going to make my final comment on this shooting thing.
Okay.
It seemed like they're very concerned about this scanner the scanner and bullshit information. I mean, at the point of this press conference, when the guy is dead and there is no more risk that you're concerned about, why are you going on and on and on about the scanner and the false reporting?
Because they're still coming in. That's why, because people listening to the scanner.
It doesn't matter if they're coming in and you know the guy's dead, you know it's bullshit. So he's saying don't pay attention to this false reporting.
He's telling the community who think there's a madman on the loose to not listen to the reports being put out on the scanner, because people are still calling who don't know that he's dead and still saying that he's around.
You have to be ultra stupid.
Hold on. You don't understand how he might, as a policeman in that town, might feel it to be his responsibility to let people know, don't listen to the bullshit you're going to be hearing on the scanner.
No. Look, you got to address Emil's frustration here, because Emil is out there like, you mean to tell me there's people out there that are that stupid? Yes, Emil. Yes. There's about 10% of the population that's under a 90 IQ. These people, there's plenty of dumb. There's no shortage.
Also, let's talk about all of the things that we heard on the scanner earlier, right? Let's talk about reports of explosives, multiple shooters walking down the street carrying long guns, calls of reports at just about every door.
I agree 110%, but my point is the guy's dead now. So it doesn't matter what you heard on the scanner. It's not true.
There's dumb people out there that need to have it reiterated to them to stop calling. It's over.
But if
I'm hearing, I guess my point is, if I'm hearing your report, and your report is that the guy that we were looking for, while there were all the false reports of who it might have been and where he might be, were all wrong, and we've actually killed the guy, you don't need to keep on telling people not to listen to the scanner because the fucking crisis is over.
Yes, you do. If you're worried the community is still panicking. Yes, you do.
But if I'm listening to your report, I know there's nothing to panic about because you just said a sentence earlier, he's dead.
Right. And then the report ends and they go back to the scanner because they've been listening and they're still hearing stuff. And then people are like, well, you can't believe the authorities because I'm hearing this. They're just, anybody can call 911 and that will get put out on the scanner. They will have to dispatch a police officer to answer it. No, what don't you get? I mean, does that not make sense to you?
It's like those fucking hillbillies that were shooting at the fucking weather balloon saddle with their guns. And they're like, oh, I'm going to knock that fucker down. Their slug would maybe go 3 miles. You need 1 million miles to get the fucking space where we were shooting it down.
Is that what it's like? That's a perfect parallel. Thank you, Emil. Like Hicks shooting balloons.
Ross has a word for you.
Okay, Ross.
Well, you gotta, like any small kid, people tend to believe the first thing they hear, says Kimberly. That's your takeaway? After all of that, your takeaway is that the police...
I just don't know the point of him bringing up the fact that we don't need to pay attention to the fucking fake scanners.
No, you don't know that. And now here I am telling you so that you know. It's because he doesn't want people in the community to continue to be panicked.
Well, if you got that kind of dumb fucking people in the community, I'm for a little thing.
James, you want to explain to him about dumb people again for the third time in 5 minutes? Go ahead.
No, he just needs to spend more time at like a bus stop or a DMV or wherever dumb people congregate. Yeah. God damn, man. If you work in radio long enough and you're the guy that has to answer phone calls, you realize that there's a bunch of people who are just barely, I don't know how they get their freaking pants.
Maybe you didn't fly private everywhere and had to cram yourself onto a Southwest jet every now and again.
So I went to, I'll give you, for James, you'll love this story. So
story time.
I like story time.
All right. I'm good with
I'm going to tell you this one.
Please. I love your stories.
So today I'm having to go through fucking TSA, right?
Do you want to talk about what you were doing today?
No, I have no need to talk. I can just tell the story.
Okay.
So I find myself at an airport, on my way to then come back later in the afternoon. So a day in, day out flight is basically where I find myself.
Been there.
And so I'm going through security And I'm like, okay, well, I got to park my car. I got to load my person up with shit where I can go through TSA without getting hassled. You know, I got to have my driver's license and I've got to have my phone to get to my boarding pass. And short of that, I'm like fucking golden, you know, like I'm flying through. So I get to the airport. I'm going through the TSA line.
Where were you, in Tulsa? You fly to Tulsa? Is that it?
I don't know. So I'm flying.
Could be anywhere.
I could be flying anywhere. So I'm in the process of flying, and I'm going through security. And you know they got the line there, and it's like go to station 1, go to station 2, go to station 3. And so they send me to station 3, and I'm like 3 deep in the line. And the lady that's in front of me, she gives her the driver's license. And she's okay, ma'am, go through the line, blah, 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 blah. I walk up, I hand her my driver's license. She looks at me and she goes, I like the Rolling Stones. Like she looks at my shirt. Because I got my sweatshirt on like this. And I'm like normally you go through the TSA person, you think you're going to get some kind of like, particularly if you look like me and you're going through with a day in, day out ticket, you're not carrying anything. Like there's got to be some bells that are ringing off.
Like a flag, a red flag.
Like a flag, like when she's plugging that in the computer. And I go, oh, well, that's nice. I like the Stones too. And she hands me my license. She said, go on through. And I'm like, okay, fine. And she goes, I'm named after a Stone song. And I'm like,
oh, God.
Okay, well, lay it on me. And she's like, Angie,
yeah. It's gotta be Angie, right?
And so I assess the situation, and I'm like, I am thinking I'm talking to somebody at the airport that I'm headed to versus the airport that I'm currently in.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. So I'm going rural, and I have a very rural
start now.
here.
By the way, Jeff Ballard suggests, can he come back tomorrow and talk about these UFOs? Hey, if you think he's got whack job bullshit takes on this, you ought to hear his thoughts on the UFOs. He and I went a couple of rounds on Saturday because he's got the most absurd take on these UFOs.
I don't have an absurd take. It could be that they're fucking aliens.
You think that their technology is something that we can shoot out of the sky. That's our stupid argument from Saturday. I said, look, if they are aliens, we ain't shooting them down with F-22s.
We've already shot them down.
Yes, but they're not aliens. See, if they were aliens, we'd never get close to them with a missile.
Well, what are they? You don't know.
Goddamn balloon, dude. It's like the least alien technology. It's like a $20 balloon.
They're things we shot down. Or are you? Hey, look, I'll go with you.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not up to date because unfortunately I had to go out to the wilderness today. But prior to leaving today, when I was checking in on it last night while I was at the Super Bowl monitoring both things, I had heard that we had like shot 3 or 4 things down, and we were still naming them objects, and we hadn't given them any particular whereabouts or what they were. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
Do we stand there right now?
Yes, that is nothing.
We're standing on the same ground right now. Yeah. I submit to you then that these actually could be aliens.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to go with you on that because I love that story. So,
well, I mean, it's possible. It's not necessarily
but not probable.
Hold on, wait.
Well, I mean, but there then comes the question. Here then comes the question.
Stop. Let me reestablish why we're talking about this. Yes, if you and I both agree that let's go down that path. Let's you and I just pretend they're aliens. Where you and I disagreed is when you said, or actually I said, look, they really can't be aliens because if they were aliens, we would never be able to shoot them out of the sky. And you said, oh, sure we could. And then we got into an argument about alien technology and about how if they're able to come here, which is my belief, if they're able to make it here and spy on us and we can't even get off the freaking lunch pad 50 times in a row, I'd say their technology is a little bit better than ours. So what I take exception to
I disagree with you. I know. I disagree with you here. And this is the point I told you.
So you think we're on an even plane space travel-wise?
People here on Earth, we maybe as people here on Earth are so used to strife and struggle in war, okay, that we're only going forward into the future prepared to defend ourselves with guns and this and that on the front. They may be coming from another universe where nobody is ever evil, where nobody ever smacks anybody or hurts anybody or fights for anything.
That doesn't mean we can take down a spaceship with a
Hear me out. So they're just traveling out into this outer reaches of space, trying to expand their presence of who they are. And they somehow get into this airspace where recently the Chinese balloon was. It's high enough fucking out there that we know Bubbas can't shoot it down with their guns. It's somewhere in F-22. It's got to go and get the fuck out of where we can do it. And we've shot 4 or 5 of these down at this point, and not one country has waved their hand in the air and said, oh, by the way, that was mine that you shot out of there. Everybody's being zip tight, not saying a fucking word.
China claimed the first one, and that's it.
And we've claimed the first one, and we've knocked out 3 or 4 of these motherfuckers in a week. Okay, wait a minute. China, you said it was a mistake. You're very sorry. And now you somehow shit diarrhea dribbled down your leg.
I don't know where we are now.
4 or 5. No,
you've gotten so far downstream from the original conversation.
No, I'm not. I'm not downstream. What I'm saying is that 4 or 5 of these balloons now have mistaked themselves on the horizon this week. And now we're instantly shooting them down.
Yeah,
and we're then going to expect us a day and a half fucking later to go, oh, yeah, that was something that's still not identified and we don't know where the fuck it came from. But on the first satellite, we were capable of jamming it over Canada. We couldn't do whatever it was going to do. We were going to shoot it down in the beginning. Then we waited for it to get to South Carolina because
we'll have you back tomorrow. All right, well, this is where we're wrapping up. So we'll have you back tomorrow. I get your point, and I will go with you on this. I like the idea that we're going to pretend it was aliens. However, if it was aliens, now we lost James. No, fuck you, James. You don't get to just say not goodbye. You don't just get to leave like that. Well, maybe he does. James, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, there he goes. All right, E, say goodbye. We're wrapping this up. You were wonderful. Thank you for making a truly tragic and incredibly sad situation seem
terrible. Yeah.
Wildly terrible and actionable, and probably certain people will never want to listen to this again.
Well,
it's not a good thing. I'm
one
glad
listener at a time. That's the way I look at it. let's kill them off one at a time.
There he goes. That's E and James, both
How
of them.
about that Rihanna halftime show, you guys?
How about that Rihanna halftime show? Hey, I thought there he goes. All right, folks, thank you so much. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Terrible news. Once again, Michigan State University, there was a shooting there. 3 are confirmed dead. The shooter, who we basically tracked the whole time through, apparently dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was stopped, I believe, about an hour ago now by police who were responding to a caller who said that they had seen a man matching the description walking down the street, to which I said, why is he still out just walking around? So police descended upon the area. When he was approached by police, he then apparently pulled a gun out and killed himself. He is dead. So the shooter is dead. We don't know why he did it. We don't know what his motivation was. We don't know anything. We don't even know his name. We've got a description of him. He seemed to be well, I don't know. Speculation is not good. Appreciate you joining us. We'll be back tomorrow at noon for the High Noon stream. That's every Monday through Friday. I do it. It's high noon. hot topics, current events, headlines, whatever it is that people are buzzing about. We cover it for you every day at noon. Consider it a cheat sheet for your day. Everything that you need to know about the world, I give it to you every day at noon, Monday through Friday. We also do the Pugs and Parker stream, which we did not do tonight because of breaking news. And we do that from time to time as well. So be sure and subscribe, follow us, do all of those things so you can get the alerts when we do end up just breaking in to cover something. Appreciate you being with us tonight, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Badge 1501, can you check the area for suspicious person? 1434 East Jolly, white male, black hoodie, black pants, hunting.
Team cleared out.
Copy. Copy. Thank you.
Which RTFer? Which RTF number?
I think he's at 13. It was Officer May, please. RTF group.